Hello everybody and welcome. It's your boy Logic and we're here and we're back with BattleMania Season 3 Week 1. So we're back for the third season here. So I'm really looking forward to this, as I hope you guys are as well. And in the semi-finals today we do have Beaumore going up against Bruce. So I haven't seen anything about Bruce before. It looks like he's going to be his first time. I think maybe he did play once before, but it looks like he's going to be his first time here in the semi-finals. And for the other semi-finals today, we do have a rubber duck war with the man, the myth, the Ducky legend, up against the WWC winner, Even Star. So he has got himself a very difficult game ahead. So, big hello from Beaumore to everybody on stream. Good luck, have fun, everyone. Alright, how we doing, Poland? You good? How was your game versus Even Star? How did you go? Did you do well? Obviously, I know the result, but did you play well? What was the matchups? So we will be starting out on Warhammer. Oh, and a very nice quick load in here. So we're going to be having the Greenskins up against Skaven. For the front line of the Greenskins, we have the Goblin Wolfrider Archers. It's like 1, 2, 3 units of those, and the Double Forest Spider Rider Archers. Okay, some interesting work there. So nice big front line. We have some Stone Trolls. It's like 1, 2, 3 units of Stone Trolls. It's going to be very competitive. Oh, and we have the Double Goblin Rock Clubber. Interesting. No ROR here. One of them actually has the Double Chevron on as well. Looks like how many units of Gobos we've got in the front line here? 5 units of Gobos. We also have the Giant River Troll Hag with... Oh, so no Spirit Leech, but we will be coming here with the Purple Sun Exodus. Okay, Overwhelming Odor and Regeneration, of course. I was just like, yeah, there's going to be 4 units of Spider Riders, 2 units of Spider Riders, 4 units of Goblin Wolfrider Archers. Okay, interesting stuff. Who is the Lord choice today? Oh, here we go. So, I'll Grom the Paunch, of course. Now, Grom the Paunch in the front. He will be having Lucky Banner, Grayton is Ear, and Language of the Boys. Popping in the front line, we have some Skaven Slave Spears. Very good stuff. Looks like 4 units of those. Some Eshin Triads, so maybe 1 on each side, perhaps. No. But we do have some Rattling Guns in the back here, I believe. So, Warlock Giselles, 1, 2, 3. Rattling Guns on one flank, and some Poison Wolf Rats. And a unit of the Pit Fighters of Hell Deep. Very nice with their rage mechanic. And looks like, 1 Rattling Gun on each flank there. Very good. We have the Gracier in the middle on top of his big bell. He will be having the Arcane Conduit, Vermintide, the dreaded 13 spell for the very good Storm Vermin Summon. Unholy Clamour, Scorch, Potence of the Venomous Doom for the negative leadership, and the Wall of Unholy Sound. Okay, this should be interesting. Lots of guns here with 3 units of Poison Winds at the front. Can he protect this? I don't know. But both lines are going to be going forward here. Let's jump in with you. How are we doing, Venge? You doing well? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I think we can say the Ruination maybe. Oh, okay. Right, let's go to the front line then. So, I don't know if Skaven Slave Spears are going to be enough to hold this. Be very interesting to see what's going to happen, because the River Troll Hags are going to punch through the front line with that fear, and they're going to be getting onto the back line relatively quickly, but it depends if the Warlocks can snipe that before they get there. That's what it's really going to come down to. Oh, looks like they're going to be going after the River Troll Hag. A very good choice there. Snipe her out very quickly. If you get a Purple Sun there in the back, though, you could do some very good damage value. So Spirit Leech going down. Oh, did it come with Spirit Leech? Oh, this was also double River Troll Hag. I did not see that. So one River Troll will be having Spirit Leech, and the other one will be having the Purple Sun. I missed that somehow. Do forgive me, please. Rattling Guns on the flank here, though. Let's get these boys involved and get them smashing. They're going to be going straight here with the Armor Piercing up against the Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. Oh, really good luck. Have fun from either side. Very good stuff. Poison Globes in the front, though. A couple of Spirit Leeches there could do very nicely. Wouldn't mind seeing those Overcasters. Does she do have that regeneration there from the Giant River Troll Hag? So even if it does overcast and do some damage, you're going to get away from it. How you doing, Mixer? How's your day going? How did your games go? poisoned wolf riders here in the front. They're just going to be trying to scare off the skirmish cavalry. Over in the white row, we do have the rattling guns, just trying to see if they can just keep the forest goblin spider riders honest. Just keep them pushing away. We do have Eshin triads on each flank as well, so they do push in. They're going to get a nice big poke. So it's very nice to see Skaven coming up against as a bit of a counter here to Greenskins. I do kind of like it, and I haven't seen this in a while. I haven't seen it in a while for sure. But these 3 units of Poison Wind Globes are going to be very good at taking out these cheap and cheerful gobos. Oh, now is this a bit of an overextension with the Poison Rats? I don't know. Looks like they are going to get away, but they are going to take some damage for the troubles. You see the leadership there is going to be pretty hefty on their leadership. You don't want to have those break, that's for sure. Rattling guns will be moving forward. They got a 145 range, so not small. But looks like they're really going to be going for that River Troll Hag. I really like this snipe. And this is what the Dowie really struggle with up against Skaven, is this backline Warlock Giselles are just incredible. And look at the sniping potential they have here on top of the River Troll Hag. The River Troll Hag just has nowhere to hide. She doesn't have stalk, she has nowhere to go, and she will be... I don't know how she has leadership. I do not know how. But I think that will be the end from there. She does have that regeneration, so you do need to maybe try and see if you get the Wolf Riders around the side and whip round and shut her down and push her off, but I don't think that's going to be possible with the Spider Riders. This left flank is available, so you could whip around the back here and get onto the Goblin Artillery, but yeah... Interesting to see, but they can just dart through the back, and there's something like the Goblins coming forward. They're just going to now start to engage here with the front line. Grom will be hitting up against the Clan Rats here. Summon in the front, so we are going to get some Clan Rats maybe pushing. Now it has forced out the summon with Grom, so you are going to be seeing them going forward, maybe just attacking up against some Goblins. But the sniping here is going to be very difficult. They do need to be concerned about what the Warlock Giselles can do. They can do some very good damage value, and they're pretty accurate. So yeah, it's going to be pretty scary. Wolf Riders here just trying to be a nuisance, just trying to do as trying to get rid of as much missile fire as possible. And yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a stalemate for the moment. Don't really want to be shooting gobos in the front line. I don't think you want to be focusing everything on this core skirmish. Rattling guns will be moving forward, getting into a little bit of a dangerous territory here if you're not careful. I think the two combined are going to be trying to hop on here and get some good damage value with we do have the Stone Trolls coming through for the charge, and they will definitely be beating down the Wolf Rats. They'll be gone bye-bye, and you will be losing some Rattling guns for your troubles as well. Complex Slayer, how you doing, bro? He's going to be online as well today. As you can see, we are going to be chasing off one unit of the Forest Spider Riders. That's good. That poison will be gone here on this left flank, which does give a little bit more mobility here to the Wolf Rats. No poison, meaning the 95 speed should comfortably catch up with the 92 at some point here. Although we do have the Eshin Triads. Eshin Triads need to block here for the Rattling guns for sure. So it looks like an explosion and a summon in the middle here of the Storm Vermin Halberds. So they're going to be very good at dealing up against the Stone Trolls. Very good. And it looks like they have managed to trap in and break the Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. And you're going to see some Gobos losing left, right and centre here. It's a little bit interesting. We are going to see the Wolf Rats. We need to get these Rattling guns turned onto Grom as soon as possible. Otherwise, Grom is going to come through for a meaty charge over here. Yeah, very good. So we do have the Eshin Triads pushing over here with that very nice Weeping Blades. Oh, Grom has been missed micro though from Bruce. And it looks like he is going to be getting hopped onto. As you can see, negative 50% armor is absolutely no joke. Shattered from the Goblins in the front line. And as you can see, just breaking apart left, right and centre here. We do have the Stone Trolls in the back with that nice regeneration. And the mobility of the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers just going to be coming in the back to maybe support them. In the front though, absolutely destroying up against these Stone Trolls. They have nowhere to go. I think they have some pretty good missile resistance, however. But still. Go on the paunch. Wouldn't mind seeing them shoot Go on the paunch. He has that negative armor there. Shoot him and you can get some good damage value. So Bruce is going to withdraw, and a fantastic first game here. Coming out of Beaumore. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Oh, hello everybody. How are we all doing? Ah, it's a mixer. Was hoping for a mirror GS. Oh yeah. Gotta stop picking greenskins. I won 2 games with DE and lost GS versus VC. Oh, okay. You lost versus VC. I think people with VC are starting to catch on to how to deal with greenskins. Greenskins, Yeah, because it's seen so much, people are seeing a lot of builds where you can counter. Ah, big quack-a-duck war. How you doing, CJ? This is the first game of the best of 3. That's correct. I am in desperate need of getting a scoreboard up here. It's terrible, I know. It is terrible. But I will be getting a scoreboard. But 1-0 to Beaumore. It was a very close game. I was a little bit surprised that Bruce dropped. I think he had some units in the back line for sure, and it could have gone either way, to be fair. It could have gone either way. Yes, sorry, I will eventually be getting a scoreboard up here. I need to do that. So the next one will be Troll Country. Right, let's hop on here. Let's see what we can find. What did everybody think of Total War Warhammer 3? What's people's opinion so far? Are you excited, or I just failed to snipe the important units that they healed? Oh, okay. Did they come at you with Sirens, Mixer? I think Sirens can be quite nice in that matchup. Oh, yeah, let's get the map on before I forget. So Troll Country. There we go. I will go Wood Elves, banning Bretonia and Chaos. Okay, so that's gonna... Yeah, so that leaves open Dwarfs, and that also leaves open High Elves. Dwarfs is an insta-pick by Bruce, and yeah, I'm not sad about it. I am not sad about it. Venge, as well as Gromby, if he is in the chat, I'm sure you boys are going to be very happy, or at least as happy as I am, to see some butchering of some pointy-eared princesses. That's for sure. Alright, so we'll be Troll Country, and if we do go to Game 3 here, we will be on Southern Chaos Wastes. So quite a nice wide map there. It's like Bruce knows exactly what he wants to bring in this matchup. I can't remember the Cornlaw's name, but had 871 weapon strength with AP. Yeah. So what the AP symbol means is over 50% of his weapon strength is armor piercing, which means he has a tremendous level of armor piercing. Both are ready. Let's hop into it. No, it was a Ghoul Lord. Oh, okay. Black Coach, White King, Blood Dragons, Necromancer. Oh, is it? Were you up against VC or VP? I heard flying units might be able to land in Warhammer 3, maybe. Honestly, Venge, I must say, if it wasn't that I loved the Dowie so much, because they were going to be my brand new main faction, but I love the Dowie too much. I just do. But in the front, we have some War Dancers here today for the bonuses infantry, anti-infantry, so some very good anti-infantry dealers. And we have some Eternal Guard as well. I'm sure we have some more. Oh, we have some Wildwood Wayne. Dearie me, lots and lots of AP and bonuses infantry here. None of them causing magic damage either, so it's going to be very interesting here. Glade Guard with the Starfire Shafts as well for the nice AP, and the double Glade Riders. No Ethereal though, so we do. Oh, we have Drycha. Okay, but Drycha does have magic damage. She does have 60 melee attack, but she has magic damage. Interesting stuff. And this is typically, as you can see here, he has prepared for a range build. So we have 3 units of blasting charges in the front, as well as 3 units of dwarf warriors, 2 units of rangers, and yeah, so 5 units of rangers in general, I think. So Longbeards, we have 4 units of Longbeards, and it's like 2 Slayers, and the Rune Lord. Okay, we don't see the Rune Lord anymore, but listen, I'm not sad to see this big Rooney man, and he will be having just one spell, which is the Master of Wrath and Ruin. So this is really, really good spell, lasts for 30 seconds, negating that speed. So no Master Ruin negation. I do like Master Ruin negation. I'll be surprised we're not seeing that here today. Yeah, if a vampire counts. I'm super excited for Kislev. I have to admit, I'm just so excited for Polar Bear Cavalry. Like, I understand and Khorne and that it does look awesome, and the idea behind them is like an aggressive Dowie, incredible. But Kislev. I think Kislev are going to play like somewhere between Empire and Dwarfs, which is kind of cool as well. So this is going to be a really interesting match. I've not seen this before. So Beaumore coming with a full aggressive build here. The Bona first large Eternal Guard. They do have AP. But they are definitely susceptible to getting shot. This mass-wide infantry is going to be interesting. Can they get the wrap on, and can the arrows in the back here really shut down the ranges? It all depends. It all depends. We do have some Glade Riders in the back, one in each corner, so they'll be able to flank rather quickly. But as we can see here, they are going to be shooting in the pockets here up against the miners with blasting charges. As you get rid of a few models of those, of course, you start removing the blasting charges in total. Going down the front, Master Ruin of Wrath and Ruin just slowing down Drycha. Ooh, okay, so it's like we have an Air of Effect spell. I can't remember what that's called, but it's going to be going down there in the middle. No, my brain is going to evade me here. I've forgotten what that's called. Let's hop in the Drycha. Some Feeble Info. Oh, Pit of Shades. Yes. The Pit of Shades going down with a nice malevolent summon here in the middle. On top of the mines and blasting charges. Very good. Stop those blasting charges from coming out here into the pocket. We do have 40 armor for the Wildwood Rangers. This should be able to get them, but still lots of damage going to go down here on the front. 40 armor isn't massive. It doesn't matter. Blasting charges will do some good work. Double Master Engineers in the pocket did very good. Fire Ring of Tories. One going down the front there up against the Wildwood, the War Dancers. Very good. They only have 15 armor. Yeah, so some good work down the front, and a second one coming down here up the Wildwood Rangers. Very good work. I really like the Double Master Engineer. I think it's very competitive at this moment for the Dwarfs. I think the way that the game is playing out, it's very competitive. So we do have what else left, right, and centre here with the pocket with the malevolent Giants shutting down 2 units of range. This is the problem with the Dowie. They are pretty stacked on top of each other in this pocket. So one unit of malevolent Giants is going to be shutting down 2 of them. So some very good work there in the back. As you can see, we do have some Longbeards going to be chasing after some Glade Rider Spears, but they'll just be able to pop around the pocket. And some very good work from Bruce to getting back here to defend. Blasting charges in the front here, going to be doing some good damage here up against the Wildwood Rangers. But looks like the Glade Guard, the Starfire Shafts are going to be struggling. And it looks like we have 2 units of War Dancers here just in reserve. Over here on the right though, what do we have going on? We do have some Longbeards fighting up against a unit of War Dancers, Eternals, and the rear charges in for the Glade Riders. So some good work over there. We do need to start taking down the Rune Lord though. If we get rid of Rune of Wrath and Ruin, we can do some pretty good work there in the pocket. But the Malevolent Giants are doing some good work. I didn't see how many kills, I just missed how many kills they got. But it's like the Wildwood Rangers, up to 44 kills, so some good stuff there in this pocket, shutting down the Bugman Rangers, sorry, just the normal Rangers I should say. But Drycha up to 14 kills. I'd like to see another Pit of Shades here in this pocket if we possibly can. So we are going to get another one. Brilliant stuff there, so we're going to be hitting the Longbeards pretty hard. Yeah, the Dwarfs do have 25% magic resistance, however, doesn't mean you shouldn't bring magic. You're still going to do some good damage value. I'm not a fan of it. I like the Feeble Foe, but I really would like to see a Pendulum here. I think Pendulum is very good up against these tightly packed Dwarfs. But we only see a shelter from the mines and blasting charges in the pocket. As you can see, you're going to be retreating, but obviously the more the Dwarfs retreat, the more the Glade Riders have the mobility here to start dealing with the back line Rangers. As we see here, the War Dancers will still be fighting up against the Longbeards. This is generally going to be favouring the Longbeards as there's not too much armour piercing from the War Dancers. But the Wildwood Rangers are packed in and helping as well. As you can see, look at these 2 units in the back. They are very vulnerable. We do get Beaumore here with a bit of mobility and a bit of micro here. He should be able to shut down these 2 relatively comfortably. Over here on the left, these boys have lasted so long, fighting up against 2 units. Oh, as you can see, another Fiery Ring of Tory going to be going down the pipeline. Some very good work, getting some good damage value. I really like to see what these Rune Lords get in the middle stages. Obviously, these 2 Rune Lords fighting up against Drycha should be very good. And yeah, Rune Lord's holding his own though. He is holding his own. He doesn't really want to be fighting up against Wildwood Rangers. He will get chewed relatively quickly. He has 14 melee defense, but 48 melee attack here from the Wildwood Rangers. They're going to hit pretty hard and pretty consistently as well. But we do have the Rangers to see if we can shoot into this pocket and try and help out the Rune Lord as much as they possibly can. But shattered unit of Rangers in the back. Sorry, of War Dancers up against the Rangers. And as long as they can just expand now, the Dwarfs, they should be able to do quite well here. So we are going to be losing a Master Engineer in the pocket. He's not immune to fear, so we will get that -8 to leadership. And it's like it's just going to be one Master Engineer and the Rune Lord just going to be fighting here up against Drycha. She does have a pretty big hitbox, so you just keep shooting there. And I think we're just going to be losing one firing the Tory. We did get 2 off from each of them, so we'll probably get a 3rd here from the second one. And the Rune Lord will be chasing. He's coming for that booty for sure. But he doesn't want to overextend. Very good work there from Bruce. In the pockets, we still have some Rangers firing. 1, 2, 3 units still online. The 4th there just going to be getting manoeuvred. We've already lost the 5th. They went down and they got shattered. But still some good fire here coming in the pocket, breaking up against the War Dancers. Really need to start shutting down these Blade Riders with the spears. They've only got 15 armor. If we can shut those down, some good work. Should we get the Master Engineer back online? We do have the Bugman Rangers here. Should be good to shoot the War Dancers off the edge of the map. And yeah, looking pretty good for the Dowie here, I think. I really like the build coming in from Beaumore. I really, really like it. I like the idea behind it. Oh, Shadow's Coil going down for the increased melee defense. That's quite interesting. Just making that a little bit more tanky there in the pocket up against the Longbeard. They're going to get a -24 melee attack, which means they're not really going to be hitting the Longbeards either. So I don't know how I feel about that. I probably would have preferred it the other way. Increase the melee attack and reduce the melee defense. As you can see, Master Engineer going to be coming back into the pocket. That's a little bit scary there if you are the Wood Elf player. Going to be shooting in the backside here. The Rangers should be able to get some good value into the Glade Riders. Enough to break them. Good stuff. That's those broken, and that will be army losses. And a brilliant game coming from both sides. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, my hat goes off to, for sure, goes off to Beaumore. Love that build. Absolutely love it. Oh, no flamers. So we... Yeah, I mean, this was a cool build. So 1.2k damage for Drycha, and as we can see here, 600 damage value for the War Dancers. Yeah, pretty good stuff. 100 kills, very good stuff from the War Dancers. They don't have too much AP, so did some very good work there for sure. And 93 kills, 860, 460, 620. They certainly did some good work. They didn't quite pay for themselves, but they did some good work for sure. The thing is, if you had gotten the traditional full kite build there with the Wood Elves, you actually would have won against this, because 5 units wouldn't have traded effectively. You would have needed 5 units of Bugman Rangers, and then 3 units of Rangers to trade against that quite effectively. But yeah, 1,000 damage value and 1.3 from the double Engineers. Engineers are super competitive, in my opinion, especially up against, well, obviously up against low armoured infantry, but they're just very good up against Undead, they're very good up against Wood Elves. I honestly think they have a place in quite a few matchups. I think the double Master Engineer is really underlooked at. But 127 for the Rune Lord, yeah, he did some okay damage value. He just held the pocket and got some Rune of Wrath and Ruins going on there. Was the Rune of Wrath and Ruin really worth it, or could he have come in with the normal Lord for a bit cheaper and then brought his item that reduced, gave him perfect vigor and reduced melee attack? That might have been a little bit better there, I think. But 550, 550, and 576 here from the miners. Blasting charges doing pretty well there. 300 each there for the pocket up against the Dwarf Warriors. 670, 100, 450, and 500 from the Longbeards. 620, 500 for the Slayers, and 900, 500, 720, 730, and 680 for the Rangers. So the Rangers really paying for themselves quite nicely. I think this was the difference here. Just they were able to protect that back line nicely. Pretty much same figures for front line, but the front line here just did a lot better for the Dwarfs. Obviously, you know, a little bit lacking AP on this side. Good stuff. Yes, that's true, Venge. That's true. Yes, so for anybody that doesn't know, if you do come with a Rune Lord, you can bring an item on him that does give you a 20% missile resistance. What would have also been really nice is actually bring the Rune Lord on top of his... hey, Zypher, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's really nice, if you bring him on top of his Anvil, he also gives an extra 15% map-wide magic resistance, which means those Pet of Shades would have done absolutely nothing. I did instantly pre-order Warhammer 3 when it came. No brainer. Yeah, like, honestly, some of the work that me and Ducky were talking about, some of the work and some of the stuff they've done for this game looks incredible. It looks really, really, really awesome. We don't all pre-order it. There is a couple of games, so I will be giving out some. So for every single month here, I am doing a BattleMania, and every single month I'm giving out a Total War Warhammer 3 game. I am giving it out left, right, and centre. Buying you all games for those that win this tournament. So stay tuned and keep playing, guys, because you might win yourself one, and then you don't have to buy it. Comes directly from me. So it looks like we are going to be going into Game 3. Brilliant stuff between Bruce and Beaumore. So banning Dowie and TK, he will be going VC. Now, there's a few things you can bring up against VC. TK normally is okay, but I think it still favours them. Oh, sorry, no, beg your pardon. There's like Beaumore will go Dwarfs and ban TK. I don't think it was him to pick, though. Oh, okay, so he's banned Dwarfs and TK. But he just went Dwarf, so, yeah. Oh, sorry, I will go Dwarfs ban TK. Oh, he only banned one. Didn't he? Oh, no, I'm being silly. Sorry, I completely missed that. So, he said he'll go VC, TK, LM, ban High Elves. I will go Dwarf, ban TK. Okay, that's an interesting one. I would, in that scenario, I definitely ban Lizardmen for me. Definitely ban Lizardmen. Lizardmen's a big threat. Lizardmen's a big threat. No, it's not either. It's not. I agree. I actually think this is quite favourable for Dowie up against VC in certain matchups. For example, if the Dowie have prepared correctly, for example, if the VC haven't prepared correctly, it's really hard for them to win. But if they've come built well, VC player, it does favour them, I think, actually. So we will be fighting up here on Southern Chaos Wastes. So quite a wide map here. Now, what I expect here, if I am the Dwarf player, I'm definitely expecting a double engineer. I see what you're saying, because I actually don't think it's TK favoured. I don't think it is. But, interesting. I think it all depends on... I think it's very map dependent, that matchup. What are we playing? Oh, Southern Chaos Wastes. Where is it? Have I missed it? There we go. Perfect. Yes, it was a protein shake, CJ. Yeah, it was a protein shake. Yeah, I think there's a lot of counters you have as the Dwarfs up against TK. Like, for the most part, 2 cannons will do pretty well. Yeah, that would make sense, Mixer. That would make sense. Yeah, Ironbreakers, PK Guard Box, also with double firing Atories is pretty good. Well, let's go with the Dowie. So with the Dowie in the front line, we do have some Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Brilliant stuff, very good at dealing with the Kepra Guard. We also have some Longbeards here, blasting charges along the front line as well. Some Longbeards as well. 3 units of Iron Dray Trollhammer Torpedoes. Some of my favourite units in the game. And as you can see here, the man, the myth, the legend. We do have Grombrindle, the White Dwarf. He will be here with Flash Bomb, and Grombrindle has no fear. And he will be bringing along him as well. He will be having the Book of Grudges. And one of the grudges today will be the TK, and they will be smashing that grudge into the floor. So we do have some Hammerheads and the Pit Gate Guard here today. Double Slayers and the Urkra Miners. Very, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Could struggle a little bit here if we do have any range. Oh no, sorry, I thought we were playing up we're not playing up against TK, my bad. So, Because we were talking about TK, I'm thinking about TK. My only issue, so this will do very well up against the Sternsmen, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, and Hammers do pretty well in this matchup. They do pretty well. They are also needed for any ethereal units. Iron Train or Hammer Torpedoes will do fine. 3 is very difficult to protect. I don't know if the infantry is elite enough to deal with this force, but we'll have to see what we've got. So it's gone very wide here. So probably 5 units of zombies in the front line, I'm sure. We have 4 units of Fellbats and a double black coach, I imagine. No, just 1 black coach. We also have some Cane Wraiths. Yeah, brilliant stuff over the Cane Wraiths. They're ethereal, so they'll be having that 75% physical resistance. That's where the Peak Gate Guard come in. We also have the Grave Guard in the back. So Grave Guard, great weapons. So 1, 2, 3, 4 units of great weapons for the AP. Yeah, so it looks like the double black coach as well as the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord in the sky. So Blood Dragon Vampire Lord will be having Helmet Discal, which is exceptional, Raised Dead, Dance Macabre, and Invocation of Nehek. We're also going to have the Necromancer down in the pocket. He'll be having his Forbidden Rod, so he'll be sat in the back stroking that, and he'll have Master of the Dead. So yeah, good stuff. I like this build. It's going to be very good at shutting down the Trollhammer torpedoes. I'd actually rather drop 2 Iron Drakes and just take 2 Engineers. And then just take the Firing Tories and then deal with it that way. But, you know, that's it's a personal choice of mine. But I still like this build. Triple Iron Drakes are going to be very difficult to deal with. How you doing, Flex? Yeah, sorry, CJ. I was thinking... Oh, good luck. Have fun. That's good stuff from both sides. Sorry, we were talking about TK, so I thought we were... in my head, thought we were doing TK. Just me being silly. So they're moving forward. It all comes down to, can they protect the Iron Drakes, really? Against this mass swarm, I don't think so. You've got 4 units of Fellbats that are going to be a nightmare to deal with. Even if you hop on both sleds and you shoot them, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Not impossible, but it's going to be difficult. So we do have the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord coming forward. He has some good breath attacks. Just make sure you keep manoeuvring your force around, just so that he doesn't get a breath attack on the Peak Gate Guard. And they're going to be manoeuvring over to this hand side of the map. Very good, as they are going to be trying to screen out the Cane Wraiths. Those nice magical hammers they'll be able to punch through nice and quickly up against those Cane Wraiths and delete them relatively quickly. So these fluttery things are going to be coming around to the backhand side. I don't mind this at all. Get them into the back here and get them ready here to shut down the Iron Drakes as quickly as possible. And the double black coach can pretty much run over everything else. Ron Riddle is going to be very active today. He's going to need to keep his Slayers nice and close by so that he can help flash bomb up against the black coaches and then chop them down to size with the Slayers. Nombre is a little bit overextended here. They could do have been a little bit tighter. They could get isolated by the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. But we do have some Slayers pretty close. So, are we in range is the question. We might be in range with the Iron Drakes. It doesn't look like it. So Peak Gate Guard are going to set the front, but the Cane Wraiths do have a nice 48 speed, so they'll be able to rotate a lot quicker than the Peak Gate Guard can. Only 28 speed from them, so that should be interesting. So this force is going to manoeuvre over to this left-hand side just a little bit, but you need to make sure these units do stay nice and tight. Don't want to be having any of those getting picked off, because if they do get picked off in this matchup, they're gone. The Flutter Boys will be pushing them off relatively easily. As they look to be coming forward to deal with the Graveguard Great Weapons. The only issue is the 4 Graveguard Great Weapons, Longbeards will lose to them, is the only problem. And they'll lose pretty convincingly. So I don't know if there's enough punch from this force to deal with 4 units of Graveguard Great Weapons. So just going to be rotating with the triple Iron Drakes. As you can see, the majority of the single entity is going to be over this side, so they can just simply screen out over here. But you do need to get your Peak Gate Guard over here. As you can see, they are going to be coming over, and pretty much like glue, anywhere the Cane Wraiths go, they'll be going as well. Big tank in the chat. No, I don't think so either, Venge. I think it's going to be very difficult to keep these 3. That could be very comfortably shut down there. So now the rotation stage has been done. We are going to see a mass attack here coming in. So looks like the Dowie are going to be engaging. Blasting charges into the zombies could be quite nice here. As we see, the Graveguard will be popping through into this pocket up against the Longbeard. Graveguard will win, but the PK Guard need to be careful, because around the back is coming the Cane Race, and the PK Guard are now going to have to be forced to fight up against the Graveguard. As you can see, we do have a couple of units of Fellbacks coming down. We need to see all 4 shining down as well, or these Iron Drakes are going to be free to shoot as well. We really don't want to be having that. Flash Bomb does need to go down here just to reduce that melee defense, allow them to chew through nice and quickly. Because you need to get rid of these Fellbacks. That is a must here. And you see the double black coaches will come in the back here. They can get their fleet abilities coming through when they do engage in melee and get some good damage value. Over here on the right, the Longbeards are going to be engaging, and a very nice piece of work here. Engaging all 3 units and allowing the blasting charges to come through and just do some tremendous damage value. As you can see, the Fellbacks will be coming in to shut down those, and then we will be having the Graveguard great weapons come in to finish them off. But in the back, we do have the Cane Race, and nothing to screen these out. And as you can see here, in this pocket, the Fellbacks are going to be doing some good damage up against the Iron Drakes, unfortunately. They do have 125 armor, but they will have hit every now and then. As you can see, going to be targeting here up against... Very good there. Helmet Discord going down. Going to be targeting here on the PK Guard. So some very good work, but yeah, I'm going to see some missile fire here. Brilliant damage here on top of the Blood Dragon Vampire. He is going to be going down to half health, using Invocation in the Hex to try and heal back. Gromby is going to be coming forward, but is Gromby going to be able to catch? If he just managed to flash bomb a black coach, this could be very important. Flash bomb is going to go down. Good. So now we can start whacking one of these black coaches down to size, and maybe trying to force the engagement over here, and maybe some Invocation of Hex towards the black coach, and not on the Blood Dragon Vampire. So in the pocket, we do still have some Fellbacks on board, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to keep those going. Immune to psychology could be an issue going forward. Your Longbeards do, of course, have that immune to psychology, but the miners will not. The terrifying here coming from the Cane Race in the pocket. The Cane Race needs to be dealt with relatively quickly here. As you see in the back, the Black Coach will be coming through with a nice big back charge here. They do have terror, and they have some brilliant melee stats. They're just charging through and just chomping dwarfs down the sides. The Blood Dragon Vampire will be coming through just helping to deal with these Longbeards on the right hand flanks. Then they can just simply whip around. Oh my god, look at this damage here on the Black Coach. Brilliant stuff coming in from Grombindle here on the left. Some brilliant work. PK Guard will be fighting, and just some zombies there. I'll just try and ignore them if you can. Maybe try and see if you can get the miners and blasting charges to deal with those, and get your boys back in the pocket. Balance amount relatively even, maybe even slightly favouring the Dowie here. You have a very healthy Grombindle, and that's really scary if you are the VC player. As you can see, the Graveguard in the pocket, down to 37 models. It's going to look a little bit scary here, and all 3 are now available from the Iron Drakes. Now that is scary. You need to have your Slayers making sure that they're ready to deal with the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Maybe a breath attack coming through here, if you're not careful. We haven't had the miners coming through, trying to screen out to these zombies and co. Looks like there's going to be a summon in the pocket, so some good work there. As long as you just can keep these Iron Drakes busy and stop them from shooting up against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. So that the targets are going to be the Black Coaches. They are going to be backing off quite wisely. Keep these PK Guard nice and close. They need to deal with these Cane Wraiths. Over here on the right, we do have some Warriors and the Longbeards coming back. And a unit of Hammers, these Hammers need to get involved. They're just out there on the flank, not doing too much there. But in the pocket, we are seeing some Iron Drakes just going to be trying to flee for their lives, but they're going to be getting caught here by the Cane Wraiths. That terror is going to be really good for them. Coming down here, this is another summon as well. That looks like a summon of zombies coming down, perhaps. Yes, another summon of zombies here just to trap in up against the Iron Drakes. Helmet Disc will go down. Grombindle has no fear though, so we'll be giving that plus 24 melee defense just to bring them back to even. With the double black coaching, this is where it all comes down to. Longbeard's coming back into the pocket as well. Where is Gromby? Gromby is the question. We do have the Hammers in. The Hammers could do some very good damage value up against the black coach, but is that Invocation of the Heck going down the overcasted as well. And Gromby is in the book, so he will be coming in for the big slam here up against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. What sort of damage value can we expect from him? As we see, regeneration down to 1.4k health. So yeah, that's going to be withering down relatively quickly. It's going to be coming very close to his healing cap. Dowie looking a little bit thin. We still have some Hammers here from Beaumore on the flank. They need to be coming straight back in here. It's going to be a little bit difficult there for them. Blasting charges on the pocket, some good stuff there. Should get some good damage value on the units here in the middle, especially the Cane Wraiths. So we are going to be using some Iron Drakes. Yeah, So we've lost all 3 now, unfortunately. That was the problem, is keeping all of them online for the entirety of this battle. We're here in the pocket, looks like it's just going to be some Earthbound miners. They will be losing their immune to psychology due to frenzy. They lose that when they lose 50% of their leadership. And it looks like it's going to be Gromby against the world. We do have some Slayers involved as well. Don't really want Slayers chasing after against zombies. We need to get the Slayers in and help deal with some of this, some of these other units. Longbeards are going to be chasing after the game range. Invocation going down on them, so some good work there. They are just about stabilised. Machine there, the Iron Drakes are going to be just out there. Oh, this is so sad to see the hammers on the flank not doing anything. So it looks like we do have the PK guard coming back. They're going to be exhausted. 6 models left. Slayers here, just going to be fighting for their lives. Oh, should I say to the end of their lives. But might be able to hop on here. Another summon of zombies, and just summoning these chaff is just really good at dealing with Slayers. Henwood Discord going down as well to give that negation to melee attack and melee defense, and pretty much just going to dumpster these Slayers. 9 melee attack and 8 melee defense, meaning they're just going to get chomped apart by even zombies. Just a bit of a shame. Henwood Discord is just super strong in general. So it looks like we do have some fire with some blasting charges in the front here, up against the Graveguard. There's just a little bit too much left here, unfortunately. Hammer's still in the pocket, and we still have some Iron Drakes over there as well, which could be very handy to get back in this pocket and start shooting. I think it's just a little bit too late here, unfortunately. We still have a very healthy Gromby, though. As you can see, the Blood Dragon Vampire, if you manage to kill the Blood Dragon Vampire, anything is possible. No, keep battling on, keep battling on. It's certainly not over. Ah, okay. Looks like he is going to be conceding there. Yeah, the Trihammers were too close to each other there. It's true. What I really would have liked to see, so let's have a look at the Trollhammers before I say anything. So they got 800 damage value, 1.3, and 2k. So they did really, really well. I like that a lot. Yeah, brilliant stuff. The other thing is obviously you can bring a Master Engineer with firing a Tory. It's the other way around it. But 1.3 for Gromby. And fortunately, these hammer is 1.1, so for the PK guard, and 109 for 740. But they were left out for so long; it was such a shame. That really could have tied it there. But 208 kills for 737 and 100. I like this build in general. I like the build. Longbeards, of course, having that immune to psychology. Blasting charges are like really good, so 230. I probably would have dropped these. The Urkra Miners are fine. Urkra Miners are good because they do actually have immune to psychology down to 50%. But these two could have been turned into a Longbeard, and therefore you didn't really have to worry about that terror and fear. So that's just maybe just something to think about there. Or drop one of those and then bring a Fire Ring and Tory with your Master Engineer. Just so you can sit there and just continuously keep shooting that Lord in the sky and get some good AP value. Other than that, a really nice build. I like the build a lot. I really, really like the build. But 80 kills, 1.7 for the Blood Dragon Vampire, 300 and 600 for the Black Coaches. So not too much for the Black Coaches. Frontline 860 for the Graveguard, 1.1 for the second, 109 for 1,000 and 1,350 for the Graveguard. Great weapons. Cane Wave 618. They were very difficult to shut down. And yeah, you needed to get a Flash Bomb on them and get the PK Guard onto it. But as you can see, yeah, a little bit difficult there. Brilliant games though. Brilliant games for both players. Really, really enjoyed that actually. And I actually thought we were going to see a WWE win in the very, very first best of 3. That would have been really nice. That would have been really nice. So yeah, that's where the damage value came from. And I missed them actually, the Trollhammers. They did smash apart Flash Bomb there on top of the Lord. And then a couple of Trollhammers in the side actually did some good damage value. Brilliant, so we'll be getting a Rubber Ducky War up against Evenstar next. So that should be really, really fun. So the first game went there to Beaumore, and then there was the next 2 there for Bruce. So really, really good stuff. So Bruce now will be going through to the final, and he will be playing for those 250 points, which is the maximum points you can get per week here. And if anything goes on how the rest of this, how the first 2 seasons have gone, the average points to get through to the final was somewhere between 350 and 400. That guarantees you, it's roughly about 350. If you get 350 points, you're guaranteed pretty much a slot in the final. Just because of how this has been running in general. No problem, Beaumore. Hope you had a good time. Bruce, I will see you in the final, and yeah. Alright, let's invite a Rubber Duck of War, as well as Mr. Even Star. Mr. Rubber Ducky's in. Quack quack, sir. The big TBD man himself. How are we doing, Mr. Blackthorn? How are you? Yes. Now I just need to win 20 again. Yeah, that's true, big sir. So generally, in general here, the maximum points you can get is 250 for winning the tournament. So if you get 250, you're pretty much a top 8 place away from pretty much guaranteeing yourself in the final. How are we doing, Beaumore? Fantastic games from you, buddy. Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. The Nakai lane is here. Oh, so for those that haven't maybe watched so much of Ducky recently, he's been all over Nakai. Just all over him. Everywhere you go, just Nakai, Nakai, Nakai everywhere. And for those that don't know Even Star was the winner of the WWC. Therefore, that massive Warhammer World Championship, he went away with all the maximum prize. So, very well done to him. How are we doing, Parkerilla? Quack indeed, sir. Quack indeed. It is Ducky, and it's Ducky up against a very tough matchup. Yes, and it will be Oakenhammer. Does he ban and pick first? Yes. Yes, you do. I remember beating him with TK against Lisbon. Yeah, I think that's one of the more even matchups. Nice, Mingso. Yeah, so we'll jump through the points for you guys today. So for anybody that might not have seen what the point system is all about, let me just do a little bit of explaining. So if you come first in today's tournament, you get 250 points. Second, you get 200. And if you come top 4, so if you make the live stream, you get a minimum of 150 points. So Beaumore will be leaving with 150, and Bruce is gaining either 200 or 250 if he does win the final. If you come top 8, you will be getting 100, top 16, 75, top 32, 50. And if you come in the top 64, which we've only had that many twice, I think, which means there must be over 32 players, then you get 25 points. Oh, what it is, every single week you add those... oh, looks like the connection was lost. Okay. I'll have to set that up again. Maybe a little bit of a problem here. Ah, there we go. He's playing Mr. Rubber Duck of War. Yeah, I'll just invite you back now, Mr. Ducky. Oh, I can't invite you. Oh, quick battle is off. Let me reset the game. Steam just booted us all out. Yeah, I'm not too sure there's been Steam problems. The one nice thing is we did get one semi-final done. Indeed, Beaumore, indeed. Ducky is going to be bringing Nakai, which is... it's going to be scary for him. Ah, there we go. Even Star and a Rubber Duck of War. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's just maybe they're sorting something out there, but yeah. So basically, if you manage to get yourself top 8, which it seems that Mixer did today, he's going to get yourself 100 points. So if you do then go and win the tournament, statistically, it gives you, if you win a tournament, which is, in my opinion, what I think it should do anyway, is it pretty much, not quite, but it pretty much guarantees you a slot in the final. And I guess that's the whole idea behind this. Or you can do it like with what some other players have done. So, for example, I think on average, Biblington last season, I don't think he would mind me saying, but he managed to get on average top 8 every single week, which gave him 400 and something points, and that guaranteed him a slot in the final. So, as long as you guys come along and you play, you have fun, that's the main thing. But also, if you keep playing, the more points you can obtain. Right, so, yeah, and this will be the first week of 4. So next week we'll be doing it next Friday. So next Friday will be the 21st. And then we'll be able to go through there. Yeah, last time I won the tournament and lost first. Yeah, it was a shame. So the way it runs in the final is... let's invite even start. Oh, everyone is back online now. There he is. Yeah, so unfortunately, so because you came 8th spot, you have to play first. So that's kind of the way it goes. And it's sort of like the reward. So there's a reward for this. If you do come first in the BattleMania season, you actually get your game cast first on stream, which means you're guaranteed a slot on stream in the final. That's sort of the benefit of winning it. So there's Even Star. Lovely. Let's put this on Unlimited. Let's get you guys onto Oaken Hammer. So that's sort of the benefit. And unfortunately, it meant that Migzer came up against Void for the first one for himself. So sorry about that. Although the Indestructible Void wasn't here today. Indestructible Void wasn't here. The man with the BattleMania winning legend. Oh, actually, on his first season of BattleMania, he didn't come top. Top was, what was it done? It was actually Bob Tresh that came top, I believe. Bob Tresh, and then I think it was Talcor in second. Yeah, good stuff. So, Lizardman banning VP and Skaven. And he's going to be picking the Hunts Marshal Expedition. I love it. I mean, I love it. I love everything about this. So, you're going to be seeing lots of nets here from Even Start for sure. I think this is a tough matchup for the Lizard Men. I'd probably give it 60. I have PTSD now. So, I haven't seen Bruce too much before. Can anybody tell me a little bit about Bruce? I haven't... I think maybe he competed once in this, and he got through to the quarterfinals, I think. You have PTSD. Why do you have PTSD, Poland? So I'm assuming you're going to have nets from Marcus Wolfhart. You're going to be having a netting lightcaster, and I'm sure you'll be having some sort of other caster, I'm sure. Should be interesting. So from Ducky, what are you expecting from Ducky? I'm sure we're going to see like a Mazda Mundi. You're going to be seeing a triple dino threat, I imagine. Oh, right. Yeah, I give it 60-40 in the Empire favour. In this matchup, I actually like to bring Carla France and use him as a bit of a sniping tool. No way. I love the steam tank. So either side has his build. So what does Ducky bring? This is the question. Are we going to be seeing a powerful Ducky today, or are we going to see a Ducky of the memes? The memes, the dreams. This Ducky's not a streaming Ducky, so what are we expecting to see from him today? I don't know. At least you know when Ducky's streaming, you expect the memes. After all, he is an extreme meme duck. Should be interesting to see what's going to happen. And being on Warhammer as well, it's going to be a nice flat map for him. There are some hilly places, but not particularly. Especially not if you're going to be expecting some bonus first large huntsman. You're probably expecting all sorts of things, actually. Alright. So he'll either go Nakai, or he'll go Zlak, the true leader of the Lizard Men. I'm not sure what to expect here. It seems that Bruce got top 32 in WWC and lost to... Oh, Newport. Yeah, Newport's pretty good, right? As far as I've heard. LM Air Cav. Yeah, you could actually... I actually wouldn't mind seeing a full Air Force here. A full Air Force could be really good with, like, tic-tac-toe. And just, like, try and see if you can, you know, get your rock drops on the top and just shut them down that way. That really wouldn't be bad. Overcast net could be a bit of a problem. Oh, right, so... Ooh... Okay, interesting stuff. Right, let's go here with the Huntsman Marshals. So we have the Free Company Militia in the front line. Just like we have 4 units of those. Not too much AP for these boys. They have the 18 missile strength. I think it's only 2 AP. Yeah, so only 2 AP, not too much. But we have the Meme Tank of Dreams causing that terror, and as well as it's unbreakable. We actually have the Halberdiers. Some Spearmen here in the front lines as well. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Spearmen. And for the triple core here, we are going to see the Amethyst Wizard. With that, oh, it's going to be coming through with a bound item as well. We'll be having Blast as well as Spirit Leech. We'll be having the Witch Hunter with no accusation. So coming without accusation today. Interesting stuff. And Wolfheart with the very nice net. So we'll be having the Amber Bow, Focus Shot, and Hunter's Snare. Interesting stuff. In the front line, we'll be having some Great Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Great Swords. Very good for the bonuses infantry, anti-infantry, armor piercing. And in the front line here, for the Lizardmen, we have 5 units of Chameleon Skinks here in the front. Very good for that 40% missile resistance, as well as Stalk. We also have in the back 5 units of Skink Cohort Javelins. This boy means business. Also with the double Stegodon range, 360 range poison, armor piercing missile strength, with that double terror, with the life slide. Oh no, the slide of high. I beg my pardon. So you will be having that apotheosis, I'm sure. So banishment, shield of the old ones, blood Setuous of spite for that direct damage, tempest, hand of glory, and apotheosis. So I like the tempest, very good at shutting down Boris and co. And he's going to be going with the double. One, oh no, just one horned one there. So very expensive units of cavalry there on the left. With that nice 100 armor and armor piercing weapon strength. And the Cold One Spear Riders with the bonuses large, anti-large armor piercing. A very interesting competitive build here from Ducky. 12 ranged units. Interesting stuff. I know, Parkerilla, I know. But yeah, no, don't, yeah. How far did you make it, Big Sir? Did you make top 62? 64? I imagine you did. I imagine you did, to be fair. So Marcus Wolfheart going to be coming forward. 180 range, bonus was large, anti-large, and armor-piercing missiles. Going to be a very good day. What's he going to be shooting into? Not a lot so far. But this could be a problem. Community Skinks with their poison. Yeah, I'm going to be poisoning Wolfheart. And he could be in trouble from the rip. Now, this steam tank could really, really be in trouble. There's lots of armor piercing here on these Stegodons. A lot. And they've got some good ammunition. And the accuracy's okay. Not brilliant. Not quite steam Mimi tank potential. But still going to do some good work. Wolfheart is in trouble. He needs to get his forces forward as quickly as possible. We are going to see the Witch Hunter as well. Witch Hunter is going to do some very good AP damage value. He only has 90 range. You can move forward while shooting, but the mass range here, I think if Ducky does play this correctly, I do not think Even Style was prepared for this. So Marcus Wolfire here is certainly struggling. He is already down to 2.3k health. And yeah, interesting stuff out the rip. So the meme tank in the back is going to just be pushing back here. And Spirit Leech is going to be going down on the Cold One Spear Riders, but the Horn ones will be coming around on the left. And it looks like we do have a net down the front with the Community Skinks, and that is going to allow the Greatswords to push on and chomp them a new one. Now I'm going to be seeing Poison in the front line up against the Greatswords. I'm not sure how long that net lasts for, so I'm just there going down. It looks like it's going to be less than 10 seconds. It's going to allow them to flee here. They do have 48 speed up against the 22 of the Greatswords. They will be taking damage for the value, but look at this. Look at the javelins coming through to the backside of these Greatswords. Look at this damage value. Brilliant, brilliant stuff straight out the rip. Balance of power already pushing here into the Lizman favour. Very interesting stuff. Most of that coming from Marcus Wolfheart and the damage here on top of the Steam Tank. And look at this. Have you ever seen a Steam Tank run for cover? Well, you have now. Because you are going to be seeing the double Stegodon with that very nice arc of fire as well. They will definitely have that superior arc of fire up against the Steam Tank. And I think here this is not quite GG's yet, but it's looking very scary if you are the Empire player. Very interesting stuff here. Great Swords in the pocket, going to be struggling. Cold One Spear Riders went in and got chomped. They got hit a new one for sure. Now you want to be seeing these Community Skinks get in. We only have the 90 range here from the Free Company Militia, and they don't really have the fire arc either. So if you get all 5 units as well as the Skink Cohort Javelins in the front line, you could really smash apart these Free Company Militia. Although I don't mind in the front line, just get your Javelins in and just start smashing apart these Greatswords. Take apart this very elite front line and then make it pretty bare bones here in the back. This meme tank is in trouble. That is for sure. I think here, if you are the Lizman player, if you are Rubber Duck War, you just hold on to that ammunition, and this Steam Tank has to come out eventually. He can hide for as long as he wants, but he will have to come out. The guns in the front line here, we do have some Free Company Militia smashing straight into the front line up against these Skinkies. These Skinkies will be coming forward, just throwing those poison darts all over the place. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And Marcus Wolfheart, though, down to half health, 1.7k. Is a little bit dangerous here for him. He's going to be down to 1.3 now. Maybe getting targeted here by the double Stegodons. Doesn't he have Stalk? So he does have Stalk. So if he does manage to get into that background there, you might be able to lose him here just a little bit. But yeah, some good stuff. Now where are we going to start seeing some more Spirit Leeches? I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe Spirit Leech. Start Spirit Leeching some of the Stegodons, or maybe getting on to... Maybe the Hall ones could be quite a nice target. Maybe get the Hall ones around the flank, see if they can take out the Steam Tank, and then you can just solely focus on this middle pocket. But 1.1k health left for Marcus Wolfheart. Losing that will obviously lose you that 16 negative to leadership, so that'll be some pretty good stuff there. Yep, so good Spirit Leech on the back there. Looks like it's going to be overcast. They're trying to target down those Horn ones. Doing some pretty good damage value. And they're going to be down to 23 models. It looks like we're also going to be getting that Apotheosis here onto Horn 1, so looks like a bit of a trade for trade value there. Mark is down to 1.4. So, yeah, 1,048 health. So he's looking pretty dangerous for him. Now I'm going to get those Skinkies flying straight to the front line up against the Greatswords. You don't mind those going in for the fight. And something I'm going to be shunning down. Looks like the old one's going down for the 22% damage resistance, plus that increased leadership. Should really help them here in that fight up against the Greatswords. What else do we have here as well? So Blood Stature is going down, given that nice damage of effect there to the Greatswords. Really, really good work. And coming out of the hiding is the Steam Tank. The meme tank of old will be coming out of hiding, and we still have some shots here. One going straight down the pipeline, heading straight into the flank of the Steam Tank there. Being that he is side on, making that hitbox nice and large there to hit from these big Stegos. So it's like a net going down here on the Horned ones, and you are going to be seeing Spearmen coming in. They'll be able to get into the side here. Losing a couple of units off the rip here. A little bit of a shame there. Meme tank will be coming through as well. So that meme tank will be causing that terror. Only fear here, so they could get terrified and pushed off. Marcus Wolfheart down to 1,040. And yeah, over here in the pocket, we do have the big Witch Hunter fighting up against these Skink Cohort Javelins. And on the side, losing all of that ammunition, we are going to see the Community Skink starting to run out. This is when it becomes a little bit problematic, is what you have left. Of course you have the double Stegodons here. They have some pretty good punching power, but do they have enough to get through the bonus of large anti-large spears and the armor-piercing halberdiers? If you can keep these halberdiers healthy, they could be a really good trade mechanic here up against the Stegodons. In the pocket though, Marcus Wolfart's still going to be shooting. If we manage to get him off the battlefield, it could be quite helpful. Whole ones have rampage into the Spearman. That's a little bit costly there, unfortunately. We're coming forward here. The boys in blue, they're going to be coming in for the big smash up against these halberdiers. If they can terrify them, which is possible, could do some very good work. Look at this, just spearmen absolutely everywhere. But fire left, right and centre from the Free Company Militia here into the flank of that big Stegodon. Could do with the Shield of the Old Ones. Good stuff here coming from off the wall. Pretty much reading my mind. We think alike. Ducks like ducks. But here in the pocket, yeah, very good stuff. They're going to be helping protect up against those Camelio skinks. And also get that damage resistance there for the Stegodon. So get a nice over battle effect here. We are going to be seeing that the right hand side Stegodon still has some good damage value to give, but where's the meme tank of old? Looks like the meme tank did go down, so some shots here coming in from the Stegodon, I'm sure, finished him off. Going to be firing into the face here of the Stegodon. He's going to take that like an absolute boy. But yeah, very nice blast spell there coming from the Mythos Wizards right into the backside of the Stegodon. Here's good damage value. We can really do with the Spirit Leech here. If he can focus down one of the Stegodons, which I think is his approach, if you can focus that down and take that down, it could be very good. Apotheosis Cold Blood going down to increase leadership as well. And if you take down one, taking out the second one will be a lot easier. Net's going down on him as well. Interesting stuff. And now, as you can see, the onslaught will be coming in. Oh, overcast net, meaning you are going to net the second Stegodon there. Interesting stuff. And if this song comes in as well, he would have been netted as well. Balance of power pretty even though. We're going to be seeing the Skinkies in the front line. The Skinks will struggle up against these Greatswords, the Beneficent Infantry, Anti-Infantry, and they have some very good armor piercing, which means that these boys will be struggling. But you're going to be getting boys left, right and centre coming back here for those lizards. And as you can see, terrifying and doing all sorts of damage here up against these entities, including the Prometheus Wizard, meaning you're going to be losing that winds and magic. And now what they need to do, and look at this Slan, he is rolling dirty, coming here for that Marcus Wolfhart booty. Look at that, walk and shoot, swaggering like the boss he is. Marcus Wolfhart, no cares given in the world. He's just going to be thrown across the map here. 490 HP left for him. If he does go off the battlefield here, it could be really hard for the Empire to come back. 65 HP, negative 30. Surprised he hasn't shattered here, actually. And that's a sad sight to see. But yeah, it looks like he will be going away here. And there's going to be nothing there to stop that Stegodon from pushing him off the edge of the map. Second one we cover. Oh, that's he's hurt. He's more red than blue now, but still, he definitely needs the help here up against his Slan. The Slan boy is going to be struggling. We get somebody to fight up against these Spearmen. He does have 32 melee defense, so he can hold pretty long. And he has a pretty big hit pool, so can do pretty good stuff. And there we are, dead in the dirt. Marcus Wolfhart will be gone. Push off the Prometheus Wizards, and that will be GG's. There'll be nothing there to stop them. No leadership. Although they do actually have the Witch Hunter. He does give that encourage. He does also have immune to psychology, which means that the big Stegos here can't really push him off too hard. They have to hit him. But he doesn't have any ammunition, so it's looking pretty scary. If you're the Empire player, you probably want to try and see if you can clean up these backsides and then try and see if you can isolate the Stegodons. You got one out here on his own, as long as the weak Slan as well. Maybe see if we can get some apotheosis onto this bad boy, get that 480 healing. As you see, the Skinks are going to be going in. These brave boys coming after the men of Sigma. The Witch Hunter here with the encourage should allow these boys to keep fighting. Oh my god, yeah. They're really struggling on that leadership. It is obviously going to be the negative 10 due to Lord's dead. It's not like the 16 anymore, but Shield the Old One's going down for that 22% damage resistance. Going to be some very, very good stuff. But the Halberdiers are coming in. These boys with the big armor piercing will be coming through. Cold-blooded going down as well on those Stego. Stego will be running through after that Witch Hunter booty. And yeah, good stuff. Second Stegodon will be coming through. And Spearmen have been shattered. Very good stuff from both sides. I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. How you doing, Biblington? How's it going, bro? Did I see you here today? Oh, you weren't on today, Biblington. That's a shame. Mr. Sir Biblington that came through from last time. Alright, let's hop in here. So Marcus Wolfhart, 1.3k damage value for him. 980 for the Amethyst Wizard, 800 for the Witch Hunter. Just showing how powerful he really can be. Accusation here would have been really, really nice. 250, 100, and 720 for the Spearman. Good work there. 490 and 780 for the Halberdiers. 111, 170, 244, and 650 from the Greatswords. Very good stuff from Rubber Duck of War here. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. 340, 560, 440, and 540 from them, and 910 for the Steam Tank. I really like the idea behind Even Stars Army, but this was the perfect counter for Rubber Duck of War. Perfect stuff. Perfect stuff. We'll be hopping in here just so... I'm just going to miss that there just so we can speed this up a little bit for these guys. We will be on Troll Country. GG's indeed. How is everybody doing? Alright. I'm not a very consistent player. I've won pretty much all best players in BO3 BO4 at some point, but I drop a lot of games against random players I don't know. Yeah, that is the difficulty. How you doing, Dr. Jellyfish? Just seeing you in the chat. Let's have a look. Best with salamanders, they can shoot every 2 seconds. Wait, White Tempest, he... That's a very good point. Why Tempest? That is a very good point, Poland. That's a very good point. I will ask him later, Mr. Poland, and I will tell you in the next live stream. Poking him from the rear, indeed. Doing well, thank you, Birmingham. How are you? I hope you're doing very, very well, sir. No, Mr. Beaumore, you played very well. You should be very happy with your achievement. You played very well. Oh, guys, if you ever want to play in one of my tournaments and you're unsure if you can make it, always send me a message. Always drop me a message, and I'll always see what I can do to get you guys involved. So what's the making the army here? We'll go through a little bit of a discussion. So, this is how it's going to be. After this has finished, we're going to be doing your Choose Your Champion, which is the 4 Chaos Gods. It's going to be a tournament here that's been set up by Human Boy Yes Yes and the RTK guys. It's going to be myself, our Rubber Duck of War, your Valkanos, and Viking are going to be doing each one of the gods. I've got Nurgle. I will be setting that up next Wednesday, and as of BattleMania finishing, I will be making a Nurgle page on my Discord, so for all of those that aren't on the Discord, join it please, if you'd like to play. And I'll be leaving a sign-up option there for all of you guys to sign up and play. So what you do is you'll just leave your name down and your clan, and then I'll put you all in a random generator, and it will pick out who's going to be playing in the Nurgle tournament. I'll explain a little bit more as we go forward, but it's going to be a King of the Hill style tournament, as all 4 gods will be. And then you'll be going through to the final. So the winner of each stage will get some prize money, and the top 4, so the winner from each one, will be going through to the final and playing underneath Turin. So Turin will be casting the final. So it'll be pretty fun, pretty fun. So I'll be leaving the option for all of you guys to say who would like to play there. And then you get to play for some money, that'd be pretty cool. Should be hopefully some nice games. Alright, looks like Even Star is running, so we are going to be having the VC. Banning High Elves and Dark Elves, so good stuff there. I like that a lot. And it looks like here, Rubber Duck of War will be going with Norska. Now, I normally know his normal stuff, so I won't say too much. But we'll drop into it. But I'll tell you if he brings what I'm expecting. Okay, I'll be sure to message next time. Yeah, no worries, dude, no worries. But yes, and also next Tuesday, if I can possibly fit it in, we will be doing another sub-faction tournament. And on Friday, you'll also have BattleMania. So you've got a lot of stuff to look forward to next week, guys. A lot of stuff. For all of you guys that want to keep playing and keep these tournaments rolling, I'll be keeping as much going as I possibly can. So you're going to be on Troll Country as well, so it's quite a small map. You're probably not going to see too much skirmish cavalry here from Rubber Ducky. But you'll definitely be seeing some javelins. As we're sitting here and ready to go, he normally brings the normal chieftain, as one of his items does actually come with a flaming sword, meaning any sort of regeneration unit, such as Vargovs or I think they're called Strigors that have regeneration. They're very good at dealing damage there. I'm glad you're enjoying the tournaments, Mixer. What I'd like to do here on the channel is I'd like to make sure that I've got some competitive ones, such as BattleMania, and then also have some fun ones where you guys can come in, try out some new things, and you know, bring something new to the table. Really investigate everything that Total War Warhammer 2 has to offer. You know, and what that does with the sub-faction tournament is it really brings in some factions that have different elements to them that you won't get in the main factions. So what it does is it really brings out different levels of gameplay and really sort of gets every single ounce out of Total Warhammer and really forces players to have to think differently about each matchup. Actually, I don't know if anyone has asked you, do you know if anyone is doing a GCCM Siege tournament? I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to be hopping into the front line. So as you can see, so as I called it, we've all been seeing the Marauder Chieftain. So the Marauder Chieftain actually has a fight or die, but he has this weapon, which is the Flaming Axe of Cormac, which actually gives that imbued fire damage, 9 melee attack, and base 22% weapon damage. That only goes if he is below 50% leadership. And it is constant, so he has a constant flaming attack. So very good up against dealing business there. We also have a Belfiend of Fire, which also has Burning Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and Fireball. Also looks like he has a couple of items, so he has Scoreless Shielding, Arcane Conduit, and of course Kindle Flame. In the back here we have 2 units of Norscan Warhound, and 3 units of Marauder Javelins in the pocket for that bonus for large anti-large missiles. We have some Marauders here in the front line. Chauffeur Razum, how you doing, brother? And some Marauder champions in the front line with the RR Brutes of the Hounds. These are the RR Marauder Berserkers. Exceptional stuff with their Berserk mechanic, as well as the bonuses infantry and infantry. These guys are just exceptional. Flying high in the sky, we have the Frostworm from that very nice terror. Also has some area effect items, including the Chilling Aura from the negative speed, as well as the Frosty Breath attack, and that very nice terror. However, it is going to be weak to fire, so some interesting stuff there. And of course, the big Feral Manticore. He can rampage, but he does have that nice terror. Lowly on the armor, but pretty fast with that 85 speed, and pretty good at shutting down most entities. Okay, so over here on the flanks, we do see some Hex Race in the trees. And let's go with the main force in this corner. We are going to have the Stroggy Vampire Lords. This is going to be perfect for Rubber Ducky War, as I believe he has regen. So he does have regen and therefore that weakness to fire. But he will also be having the Claws of Morcane, which gives him that 50% armor piercing. Opal Amulet, Power Stone, Gaze of Nagash, Invocation of the Heck, Spirit Leech, Shriek, Death Shriek, and the Curse of Undeath. We have the double Hex Race for those fire damage. And so we're also going to have the Mortis Engine. Okay, so having that regeneration, and therefore weakness to fire. He has some good restoration here for that army. We're also going to have a Necromancer here on top as well, with some Graveguard here in the pockets and some Skeleton and Zombies dotted around left, right, and centre. We also have some double Crypt Horrors in the back, walking pretty slow. They also have regeneration, so that fire damage is going to be really good here for the Marauder Chieftain. So a good rotation from Ducky, just going to allow him to rotate and hit his army front on, but it is going to leave him, so some damage there. Gaze and Nagash going onto the Feral Manticore, good damage there after the rip. And as you can see, the Hex Race are just going to be waiting in the shadows. Oh, he did? Was that a glitch? He minorly rampaged there, but then came back really quickly. Oh, that's a shame. I think that's a little bit early there from Even Star. Might be a little bit early, but listen, he's a phenomenally good player. Winning the WWC Always take everything I say in this matchup with a pinch of salt. But as you can see here, oh, it's this Spirit Leech going down. So Spirit Leech here on top of the Ferromanticore. He's really going after that Ferromanticore on good stuff. Look at the damage coming out already. Brilliant work there. Fantastic stuff. But double Hex Rays here, just come around the flanks immediately. If they do get on top of the Norscan Warhounds, can really shut down some mobility here from the from the Norscan side. These javelins are going to be super key. So Breath Attack going down on the Belfiend of Fire. He doesn't have too much magic resistance. Surprised he didn't take more damage from that. Very low there. But he has that Magic Attack and Armor Sundering, as well as that good Armor Piercing. Hexos coming with that Terror, going to be smashing up against the Marauders. We also have the second unit coming through. They're not going to be doing too much damage value. There's not so much magic damage here coming from this army. Most of it actually coming from the Belfiend. So it should be interesting to see how he's going to be utilised to maybe screen out against the double Hex Wraiths. We do have magic attacks from the Frostworm. A Breath Attack here going down the front, just nearly missing up against the Graveguard. But here we could be fighting up against the Crypt Horrors. We are going to be getting the Marauder Chieftain coming through for that big smash up against the Graveguard. And in the front line we have already some Marauder Champions fighting straight up. And they are going to get pinned in by these Crypt Horrors. We have the Mortis Engine as well as the Stroggy. And everything is now piling on this front line of Marauder Champions. These guys will be getting broken down relatively quickly. But we need to start seeing some units in here trying to favour and help. Crypt Horrors are already gone down. Some brilliant work there coming up for those Javelins. But now they really need to target the Stroggy Lord. They can get him down, you can do some very good damage value and really remove this magic. In the back, some very good work. Hex Rays pushing up against the Norscan Warhounds. Very good stuff. Remove this mobility. Really, really good work. In the pocket, though, we do have another unit of Crypt Horrors fighting up against the Marauder Hunter Javelins. Shutting those down, and the bonus as large anti-large spears out of here. But the Marauder Chieftain is in the back, just going to be over the top with the Frostworm as well. I'm just seeing these guys getting involved here in the pocket, trying to help out. But as you can see, the Rampaged Ferromanticore in the pocket is going to be fighting zombies. So the Frostworm will be coming down and is going to be fighting up against the Mortis Engine. I don't think this Mortis Engine is ethereal, I don't believe so. But hopefully removing that could be some very, very good work. And you've got Stroggy in the back, and this is where the Marauder comes through and should hopefully slap the Stroggy. Big hit from him could really be beneficial here. Yeah, look at those chunks coming off, some really, really good work there, but it looks like you have lost the Frostworm for your troubles. He's going to be healing there as well, healing the Mortis Engine here in the back. And the Stroggy is going to be able to get away. The Javelins here are going to be struggling as well. Scholar Shielding going down on those, they're very important. And looks like nice fire blast there, smashing straight to the side of the Mortis Engine. And the Ferromanticore is going to be coming off that Mortis Engine, so some good work. Can they shut this down? I think shut this down, that's a big piece of work here in the pocket. Good stuff, and it has gone down and exploded. Brilliant stuff there. Really, really good work. Now the Stroggy Vampire Lord is going to be in trouble. We keep the Ferromanticore on the floor, and has forced this engagement here of the Stroggy, and he's going to be getting slapped straight in the flank here by this Marauder Chieftain. That flaming attack coming in for some very, very good work. Glitching away here, the Ferromanticore is going to be running for his life. As you can see, the Brutes are going to be very good at dealing. Oh, it looks like they've already gone. So we've already lost the Graveguard here in the pocket. One unit of Graveguard here on the flank. Looks like we lost the other units, but some good work here in the pocket. That Stroggy is going to have to keep moving. Especially the Armor Sundering as well here from the female Beaumore could be some very, very good work. Keep this Frostworm down. You don't want to be fighting up in the sky. Oh, nice Breath Attack going down the pipeline of him though. Claws of Mountain Cain going down with the Opal Amulet for himself as well. Yes, that's good stuff there from Ducky. Keep him on the floor. Force the Stroggy to come down to him. Breath Attack could be very good, and it has killed him. Brilliant, brilliant stuff coming out of Evenstar here. And this is a really, really close contested game. Some really good stuff in the back line as well. We have the Hex Rays shutting down the very good Marauder Hunter Javelins. They are very, very good in this matchup. And you can see the other unit of Hex Rays are just going to be chasing off some Marauder Champions, just making sure these units are getting pushed off the battlefield, left, right, and centre. But we do need to see the Ferromanticore coming in and just aiding the Marauder Champion. The Necromancer here going to be getting bullied for his troubles, and the rage charge coming in from the Stroggy Vampire Lord. Now we do have a massive 7k health left for him as well, and the Belfiend of Fire coming in as well. It's going to hopefully reduce that armor down to 50. If he does get a successful strike, and that's perfect. That is going to allow the Marauder Chieftain to really come through and slam this guy. So some good work there. Down to half health now, but it will of course be having that regeneration, so we'll be coming back to fight a later day. But if he does, we do need to start seeing these javelins come back in if we can. Lost the micro here, of course, but if we can get them in, that'll be some very, very good work here. Brutes are going to be in fighting up against zombies and Graveguard alike, but this core blob now has to stay together. The Pharaoh Manticore does need to keep flying, but we do have 90 speed here from the Stroggy, and he is going to be coming here for the back end of this Feral Manticore. Looks like he is going to be trying to fight up against the Hex Wraith, some good stuff there. Hopefully get some good damage value. Oh, looks like he's going to try to snipe the Necromancer. He is going to break, and all three of them are going to be piling on, and this force of the Norscan warriors are going to be coming through to try and smash up against this elite core. Big hit there on the Necromancer, and that will be the end of the Necromancer, I imagine, crumbling now. Negative 61 leadership there, 100 HP, he will be going down. Need to focus down this Stroggy now. Can you get these guys flipping around the back and shutting down the Stroggy? Opal Amulet will be going down for the 22% damage resistance. Vermeer Belfiend in the pocket as well, coming with that Armor Sundering could be really, really important. Looks like the magic attacks will be very useful here on Hex Wraiths. What's left back in the pocket here? The Vermeer Belfiend is going to be very difficult to deal with. Oh, nice breath attack on the Marauder Chieftain though. Good work there from Evenstar. Evenstar as well, really trying to use the armor piercing here from the Stroggy to get into the backline. He is bonus first large as well. Oh, he needs to protect his Marauder Chieftain.
Pulverize their skulls.
This could be difficult. This could be difficult. This could be GG's if he does lose the Marauder Chieftain. Fight or Die, Flaming Sword of Ruin going down as well. Can he get the Vermeer Belfiend in for the armor piercing? Looks like they are going to get away. The Hex Wraiths are negative 61. They're going to be losing lots of health. They have gone down immediately. So you need to protect your Marauder Chieftain here.
Bash their heads in.
Zombies have been summoned, and they will be going relatively quickly. Some nice Marauder Javelins coming in the back here, shooting up against the Stroggy. And we still actually have some Norscan Warhounds. If we get a nice overview here, we do have some Skeleton Spearmen. These boys are going to be coming after that Marauder Chieftain, I'm sure. And I think it could be a back end. Yeah, good stuff from Ducky. He's going to be keeping it here in the mixture. And when he does come in, it will force all of them now to attack. But if he does lose the Marauder Chieftain here, we could be in trouble. Oh, but now the Stroggy has been trapped. No, oh, he is going to get away. He is going to get away. Interesting stuff. He does need to engage, however. Yep, so he is going to be engaging here with the Hex Wraiths. Hex Wraiths will be coming in. Good charge there. Yeah, some good work. However, the Marauder Chieftain, if he does manage to get a Flaming Sword of Ruin going off here, imbuing that magic damage should really help deal with the Hex Wraiths. Hex Wraiths will be going. They are negative 16 leadership, so they will be crumbling for their troubles. But a big smash here from the Felbean could be really, really important at dealing with the Stroggy. Skeleton Spearmen are going to be there just to hold this pocket in place once you get the rear charge here from Hex Wraiths. And it has broken the Marauder Chieftain, and this is where it could be problematic. He does have 700 HP left. He is giving negative 19 leadership, and it is just going to allow the Hex Wraiths here to push off. Now the Stroggy simply just has to deal with the Belfiend of Fire. Healing Cap is in here from him. Arcane Conduit is going to be going down. And looks like certain units are going to be wavering there. Big charge there up against the Belfiend. That is such a shame. That continuous cycle charging is so good from the Stroggy Vampire Lord. And getting Chaser of Troubles, we are going to see the Hex Wraiths. Oh, they are crumbling whilst chasing after him. As mentioned, maybe the terror there is causing them to crumble. But there you go, that will be GG's. And what a really close game here from both sides. Really, really close stuff. And of course the brutes are unbreakable, so they will be standing and fighting. I'm not too sure. They have 22% physical resistance. I think that's due to, yeah, due to their berserk mechanic. But no, the Vermeer Belfiend. He done so well. He done so well. But there's something I'm going to fight into the end. 7 models left. They'll be chomping through for sure. I think they get some value here on the Stroggy Vampire Lord, but some really, really good stuff. Let me check into that. Alright, so we'll be checking into that. GG's indeed. Nick Bet, how you doing, bro? If I get VP versus Dowie again in the next sub-faction tournament, we're going to have a serious talk. I'll sort it out. That I try and make sure that the first matchups don't have any really bad ones, and after that, it's pure luck. It's pure luck. It comes down to you brought your sub-faction, but like I've seen VP win. Like if you go back and you watch Void play up against VP, you can see some very, very good stuff. So Strogi here, 4,000 damage value, 300 damage value for the Necromancer, and yeah, some good stuff there. 440, 700 from the Graveguard, 1.15 here from the Hexwave for 142 kills, 100 kills for 1.5k damage value, and yeah, 670 from the Mortis Engine. So we'll pop over here as well, so we'll see 109 kills, 2.5k damage value from the Marauders, 1.27 here from the Fellbeend. And yeah, 400, 200, 500, and 140 kills for 580 for these Marauders, really punching above their weight. 450 damage value for the Marauder Champions. They really got circled there at the beginning, really unfortunate. But 254 kills for the Brutes of the Hound. Really, really, really good stuff. 1.1k damage value from them. 1.9 here from the Marauder Javelins, 1.4 and 460. Pretty much all paying for themselves. Really, really good work. Unfortunately, the Nautical Moorhounds really struggled, but as you can see, the Ferromanticore 460 and 870 from the Frostworm. Lord coming out of combat, no, I may... From my memory. Right, so let me have a little look. GG, crazy match, could have gone either way. No, exactly, Beaumore, exactly. It was a really, really good match both ways. Never noticed that the Mammoth looks... Yeah, the Mammoth is super cool, Zypher. If you haven't got Northscare, get them because they look really, really, really cool. I'm glad you think that all of the tournaments are pretty fun and fresh, Beaumore. I'm glad, I'm glad. So let me check this out, guys. I'm going to have to be checking the rules here. Let me pop on to the man, the myth, the legend. Give me just a second, guys. We'll just be checking out this. Just sort this out very, very, very quickly, and then we'll be with you. Alright, let me check into this. Sorry guys, let me hop back in with you. Let me hop back in. Chat with you guys quickly. It's a shame I couldn't participate this time. Yeah, it's a shame, dude. It would have been nice to see some of you guys that normally play that didn't. But yeah, it was a fantastic game, and I really liked Rubber Duck's build. Okay, well this is not what I wanted to see. Right, let me just message these guys quickly. Sorry, this is not what I want to be dealing with. Right, let's have a look, guys. We're just sorting this out right now. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Evenstar has left. No, that's true. I guess players... sorry, Alec, let me read that again just so I make sure. I guess players forgot about what that rules and just abuse it now. The rules for players don't cycle charge with CM with not attacking with other troops. Yeah, I know. I was actually about to say, Alec, it's a win. It's a win from Evenstar. It's a win from Evenstar. I just shared it with actually 2 people, and all 3 of us agree that I didn't see any problem in the game. But the thing is if Robert Duck of War says, "Oh, I thought it was unfavorable," or I want to have the rules checked, or I want to have the game checked, he is more than welcome to have that game checked. I might not change my decision on that, and I might keep it going, which is what I'm going to say. It's 1-1. It's now game 3. That's the way it goes, and yeah, that's the way it is. So in the motion, he pulled out. He didn't actually have attack animations on. I didn't see a rule break, but of course, what Rubber Duck of War would have seen, what we would have seen, and also what Evenstar would have seen, would have all been different. And now that I sent it on, no, I messaged Evenstar and he will be coming back, so he will be playing. So I've given him the win. Let's just see that we're all okay here. Okay, he will continue. No, yeah, that's fine, Alec. That's fine. Yeah. No. I don't think Robert Duck is saying he just wanted it investigated. He's not saying that he did break the rules. He's just saying that he would like it looked at, which is absolutely fine. Right, so game 3 we'll be playing on Southern Chaos Wastes. But guys, what a fantastic battle between these two so far. And that's also when you know you've got a brilliant battle here coming between the two of them, because it really comes down to some nail-biting stuff. It really, really is close. It really, really is close between these two. Right, so let's go on to Southern Chaos Wastes. Right, so the next map is going to be Southern Chaos Waste, so we will be moving on. It is awkward indeed, but it seems like it's mostly been cleared up. Yeah. I called it. Behave, Flex. Behave. None of that. None of that. But no, I mean... All right, so let's move on. It is best of 3 Cypher, that's correct. Yeah, so this is the second semi-final. It's the best of 3 coming up now. And it's going to be playing on... This is game 3 on the Southern Chaos Wastes. Yeah, so... by the way, guys, as I've got all of you on here right now, if you guys know anybody that's good with YouTube stuff and has a good idea of how they could make... some like little panels here so I can put names up, and you know, I could do it myself, but it wouldn't be brilliant. But if anybody knows anybody that, you know, maybe wants to make a little bit of money that could do it for me, you know, I could put up like scores and names and have a logo of myself in the middle. You know, if anybody knows something like that, maybe wants to earn a little bit of money, just let me know. So it's Britannia, Greenskins, Chaos Ban, Greenskins. Okay, fair enough. What I expect here from Ducky is to ban Greenskins, and we'll be either fighting up against Chaos or Britannia. For sure. Yeah, so it's going to be Bruce 1990 who will be coming through to the other final. And if he does go through, what a final will be even Star up against him, or Rubber Duck War up against him as well. But guys, we've had some brilliant games so far. Beaumore as well as Bruce going down to a best of 3. And it's going to be a best of 3 here between these two with some brilliant games from both sides. Some very, very good stuff. We'll just check that everybody's okay. I think Ducky's just going to be thinking. Yeah, it didn't, but it's okay. I'll explain it now on on stream. So what happened was for Even Star earlier in the game is I actually reviewed his I actually reviewed one of his games, and there was a rule break. And unfortunately, the tournament had moved so far, and it actually moved 2 stages on, and they were 2 stages behind. So I had to have it as a disqualification because they couldn't play again. Because then we would have been another match behind again. So I had to be a disqualification, and then Even Star was able to move on. So I actually investigated his for him because he called a rule break. I know the Ducky's called a rule break. I have to look at it. That is the rule. It's the rule in any sport. You know, if there's an offside rule in football, or you know, if there's a high tackle in rugby, you have to look at it. You have to look at it. You have to make it sure it's safe play, it's fair play, and everybody has the right to have a look. Let's get rid of that, and let's just check that everything's okay. Perfect. For me, there is, yeah. So it looks like TK ban greenskins. Okay, cool stuff. The reason is because the rules, which are exceptionally good, you've always got to give it up to Aerocrastic. He does some very, very good stuff. But this is a game that has 18 different factions that have some brilliant stuff in between. And there is so much content to cover, and so many different units, and so many different ways, and updates, that everything constantly has to be balanced and accounted for. Therefore, rule breaks are inevitable. They are inevitable because you can't make a rule for every single scenario, because every single scenario is different. And games as close as that one, that can come down to maybe one rule break, can be the difference between winning and losing. Yeah, and Biblington's correct here. Rules had to be made from the community because they weren't provided by CA. And it's not their fault that they weren't creative. It's just simply the fact that they didn't think that it would be just quite this explosive when it comes to the. What faction is BR? BR is Bretonia, Zypher, Bretonia. The nice big knights. So it could be an interesting one here today. So we have Even Star with the Chaos up against Tomb Kings. So this is going to be interesting. Now, I know Ducky does like the triple chariot threat. So he likes to go with Cetra the Imperishable, as well as the Necrotect and the Tomb Prince all on chariot. Yes, CJ, always got to have the protein shake. And he likes having those 3 together. Has a weakness to fire due to the Necrotect and his Van Braces. And you can also have the 15% physical resistance thanks to the Tomb Prince, which means when all three roll dirty together, it can be a pretty tough time. Yeah, just trying to sip as we go here. Just trying to sip as we go. You know, keep that fuel nice and high. But this is what we're all here for, guys. We're all here for these really, really tight games. And as I said, when it's that close, it can go either way. And just a minor rule break can be the difference between winning and losing. So that's why Robot Duck Award did want it investigated, and that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Something as waste will be an interesting one. Obviously, lots of landmass to look over. I'm sure we could see a double bone giant here from Rubber Duck. It's a pretty good pick. Could be very good at destroying most of their lords. They're actually pretty accurate. I think they had an accuracy increase. I'm more than likely in one of the patches because they're far much more accurate than I can ever remember. By the way, Roger, what do you think of the Yes, for sure. The triple chariot threat could definitely work against the Dowie, for sure. The only issue is if they go mass slayers. It is relatively chaos favored. They have lots of cheap armor piercing, and they have pretty good stuff to deal with large entities, which is pretty much all the Tomb Kings have got, which is chaff and large entities, pretty much for the most part. It is pretty chaos favored, but you can win it. You can win it. It's true. It's true. Yeah, like, you know, there are like, you know, every single game, whether it's football, whatever it is, you know, has mass rules, and we all have to abide to it. Not much arms of the heavy infantry. No, there really isn't. There really isn't, apart from maybe Ushopti. So yeah, this is exactly what I expected from the Big Rubber Duck War. We are going to be seeing the triple chariot threat. So we have Cetra the Imperishable here. So he has quite a few items spells. So the Blessed Blade of Petra, as well as the Wrath of Petra, the Incantation of the Skull Storm. Okay, so the Massive Vortex spell. That should be very interesting to see. Incantation of Protection, as well as Incantation of the Cursed Blades, the Crown of Nehekara, the Unyielding Will, and the Restless Dead. Also going to be supported by the Necrotex here, which will be having... He will be having his Van Braces, this is what he's here for, so the Elixir of Might, which is very good, as well as the Van Braces of the Sun, so it's a weakness to fire damage and negative 9 melee attack, the Stone Sharper, and the Wrath of the Creator. We'll also be having the Tomb Prince, which has the Blade of Scepter, as well as Tomb Strike, Curse of Jasaf, and Guardian. So good stuff there. What is this saying? Even Start is ready. Numbers are fine. So Skeleton Warriors on the front line. And the triple threat with some Ushopti, or just normal Ushopti. So Ushopti are a good answer to that Chaffery there. And we also have the Casket of Souls. So the Tomb Guard Halberds as well, with some Skeleton Spears on the flanks. This is also the, yes, the Kepler Guard in the middle as well. Kepler Guard are pretty good. Yeah, bonus for infantry, anti-infantry magic attacks. So we have Marauder Horsemen here. So the Horse Masters, Horsemen. So we have 6 units in total. So 2 units of Horse Masters and 4 units of Horsemen. We also have some Chaos Warriors with Halberds and some Chaos Marauders. Yep, dotted around left, right, and centre. The Chaos Warriors with Halberds are going to be very difficult to deal with. 100 armour, not too much. Salsar of the Ever Watcher, very good with his 50% missile resistance. The big Ever Chicken here from Zinch, I believe. The Ever Zinch will be having the Stand or Die, Scroll of Power, which is relatively good there. Plague of Rust, and Searing Doom. He's obviously unbreakable, and also has that 50% missile resistance, making him pretty tanky here. We have the Hellblaster, the Soul of Damnation, this big bad Hell Cannon here in the back, with that massive 420 range, going to be very good here. We have the Chaos Trolls in the back. These are the unarmored version with that nice regeneration, and yeah, some good stuff. Good stuff. So we're not going to see the ROR Chaos Warriors, which I think are some of the best value for money in the game when it comes to ROR. So this does have a ginormous 420 range, so it should do some good damage value, and I think here Ducky could be in trouble. We have lots of skirmish cavalry. We also have the Soul, which is coming in with Boom and Blood for those increase there, so increase the damage and increase the speed to move into place. As we can see, coming straight through to the pipeline here, missing just in the front here up against the Skeleton Warriors. Now, he doesn't really have too much to shut down the very fast Marauder Horsemen. Coming through those 90 speeds, it's going to be very difficult to get hold of those. We only have 84 here for Cetra and 74 for the duo. So unfortunately, I think you're just going to be getting shot. I like the Ushopti pick. The Ushopti pick should be quite interesting in the pocket, and they'll be very good at dealing with that infantry. Although, yeah, it's going to get difficult here for Ducky, I think. I actually like bringing armoured Chaos Trolls, and you know, don't hate it until you try it. Don't hate it until you try it. Armoured Chaos Trolls are some pretty good. Here in the front, we are going to be seeing a Searing Doom here in the pocket on top of these Skeleton Warriors. Ducky will be annoyed with himself there, just missing out on that. Some good damage value in that pocket. Removing 9 models, but you get a nice heal there soon when it comes up to the Realm of the Souls. Big hit there in the front up against the Skeleton Warriors. Down by quite a few models, now down to 87 out of 120. Cutting in the back here from the Marauder Horse Masters. Looks like they're going to be shooting into the backside of the Skeleton Spearmen. And looks like they're just going to be taking out the Cheerful Chaff. Look at these scary boys here with their shields. Going to be wafting their swords around, chasing after the Marauder Horse Masters. So the Casket of Souls, these three are going to be very busy, just floating around here, trying to get... just trying to screen out as much of this front line as possible. I think what's going to happen here, the Horsemasters and the Horsemen are just going to be getting as much damage value. Another Searing Doom here coming down in the pocket up against the Skeletons. Better micro there from Ducky, missing out most of that stuff there, but still losing 13 models there. And when this triple threat does come forward, they'll snipe out Sarthrael rather quickly. He does have that magic resistance. I don't know if there's magic... Oh, there is magic damage from Cetra the Imperishable. So I believe he has 25%. So we'll pop in with him. He has, yeah, 25% magic resistance, which does mean he will negate 25% of all the hits here coming from these guys. But they do have the bonus for large, I think, from the Tomb Prince, or is it infantry? Of course, it'll be infantry because he's on top of his skeleton chariot. The Kepra Guard do need to stay well away. The flaming attacks, oh, they don't have flaming attacks. I thought the Soul of Damnation had flaming attacks. So just magic attacks from them. Interesting stuff, interesting work. So as you can see, just getting peppered left, right and centre here. There's really not a lot you can do up against these Marauder Horsemen. They just got lots of ammunition. That fear can be quite nice though. The fear can be very good. Casket of Souls, not sure where it's shooting particularly. I think it was going after the Marauder Horsemen over here. But it's not going to have enough ammunition here to deal with. I wouldn't mind seeing it forward and actually shooting onto the Soul of Damnation. Is going to be missing up against the Marauder Horsemasters, or Horsemen over there, I apologise. So the first healing will be coming through. We'll have 112 faction-wide here for these boys. Get that healing up. We'll bring models back once all of the model entities are full to capacity. So if you take these Skeleton Warriors into consideration, 101 of them, when 101 of them are up to full capacity, then you'll start getting models back. So in the pocket here, we have some Skeleton Warriors that are just getting shot to death at this point. This is going to be a bit of a waiting game, unfortunately. Yeah, Chaos Spawn are pretty good. The only problem here up against Tomb Kings is the fact that they have really cheap range. Really cheap range. So dealing with things like Chaos Spawn is pretty easy sometimes. It can be. Oh, big hit there down the front side of the Marauder Horseman. Good stuff. Good stuff. Quite a few dead horsies here. I think it would have been nice to see the Casket of Souls take out the Soul of Damnation, but it's very difficult. You have managed to break 2 units of Marauder Horsemen. These Marauder Horsemen actually might go off. Oh, a little bit of lack of micro here in the back. You are going to be seeing the Horsemasters fighting up against these Skeleton Warriors. Yeah, a little bit of a lack of micro there, but you're getting some free damage value, so some good stuff. You're going to see Cetra and the boys rolling over here in the back. They're not going to be able to catch much, unfortunately, but if you do get a nice hit here on the side, it's like just missing. If you do get a good hit, the -10 from artillery damage would have been good at pushing them off. It's going to be a little bit of a waiting game, unfortunately. Yeah, there's not much to say. Just in all sides here, they're getting shots. I really don't know what Ducky can do. He's about to run out of ammunition for his Casket of Souls. He's down to 4 ammunition. He can keep trying to shoot the Marauder Horsemasters, and I implore him to do so. Yeah, he's going to get some good damage value over here on the left, but they have so much ammunition. So good luck, have fun, and we are about to come up to the second one. So We're at 195 out of 225. Once we hit this, more regen. I'm so sorry. That is poor from me. I'm sorry. I'm actually just tired. I'm just tired. So in the front line, Skeleton Warriors are really struggling. -4 leadership. They're going in and out of leadership there, so they will be +1 now. But stabilizing is going to be difficult for them. So it's going to be a bit of a waiting game. So 15 ammunition left for the Soul of Damnation. Still quite a bit left for them. Oh, big hit on the Kepra Guard. You did lose 11 models there, but the regen will bring them back up. And no, there is no Invocation. Heck, what am I talking about? This might help though. This might help bring a few models back into the ballpark. We're going to be losing even more. Big shots going into the Kepra Guard now, and that is going to force Ducky to go forward, but I think it's, yeah, look at that. Most of these deaths are actually going to be coming from this side. I really want to see these Chaos Trolls get involved. 34 melee attack, 34 melee attack. They have 100 armor-piercing weapon strength. You know, these guys are no joke. They're no joke. I imagine they beat you, Shopti. Actually, your Shopti push might not have been a bad idea here, actually. But very close here to tier 3, and then we could get the Realm of Ushopti summon. Nice, a good explosion there going down on Sothril, allowing these boys to push through with the crew. Now, you're very close to getting your Realm of Ushopti. We get that in, we could get a nice pin in here, and then see if we can start shutting down some of these units. But the crew will be coming in behind. The Kepra Guard have been hit really hard now. I think actually a push in the beginning might be quite nice. A nice place spell there from Even Star. Going to be doing some good damage value there onto the Skeleton Warriors. Some really good stuff. In the pocket, though, we are going to be struggling with the Ushopti. The Ushopti are going to be beating up, so Seda Petra going down there. Scepter going down up against the negative armor and physical resistance with the Chaos Trolls. So some good work in that pocket. But now here we go. The Chaos Warriors will be coming in. And in the back we are going to see some recharges up against the Chaos Marauders. So some big charges from this chariot. It's going to be very good at dealing with that. And it's a little bit of a shame. And maybe it would have been nice to see Ducky there push forward just a little bit and maybe take the fight here to the Chaos. So so it looks like we have lost the Ushopti, but we still have the Ushopti summon to come in. So that Ushopti summon could come in here at the back, maybe pin in up in this pocket. Maybe try and see if you can keep Sothril busy. I think the summon is going to be coming in here. Should allow to pin in up against the Chaos Warrior Halberds. Balance of power even. That's because the triple entity here is pretty strong. So the boys here with the chariots are going to be pushing in, but they won't want to stay around for too long. It is going to force Sothril to come over and start getting some punch up against. But Ducky in here with... he is getting hit pretty hard, to be fair. He's down to 1.8. He is losing health quickly. Balance of power pulling into the Tomb King favor now. And doing pretty well here from Ducky's point of view. Some good stuff. No healing from the Chaos, of course, apart from that regeneration there from the Trolls. But the Trolls have already gone, I think. That's 1.5 here. Nice Searing Doom down there in the pockets up against the Necrotate and crew. Good cycle charging here. So Plague of Rust. Was that Plague of Rust? Plague of Rust down on Citra, was that? It looked like Plague of Rust down on Citra. Going to be coming after the Sothril Everchicken. Oh, Everduck has been whacked. The Everduck is very close to dying. He is, of course, unbreakable, but 400 HP left for him. Living is very dangerous for himself. The Ushopti will be going down, as it is just the summon, but it looks like here the Soul of Damnation is still on board.
That is true magic.
These boys are just going to be pushing for Sothril as well. He does have 60 speed, but if these boys do whip round and shut him down, this could be a big balance of power change. Simply because that negative 16 to leadership for that long duration, then it'd be negative 10 permanently. So they are going to be catching some Marauder Horse Masters for their trouble, but they do need to cycle and try and see if they can catch. So what's going on? Is there maybe a nice spell here in the back? Ooh. That looks really cool. So that made a spell that I've never seen taken here for Citra. 37 health left for Starfall the Overwatcher. Necrotech will be getting popped on here. He had 188 negative leadership there. He will be going down. The Chaos Trolls will be finishing him off. But Starfall will be going down. There's some good work there for Starfall. Here in the pocket though, we still have Citra with that 50% physical resistance from the Tomb Prince. The two guard halberds here, negative leadership, but they will be holding here in the pocket. So they are down to 21 models. We do have a broken unit of Chaos Warriors with the halberds. And looks like we have some Rampage here. Also, the Rampage will be going down thanks to the ability here from the Tomb Prince. Has his ability to get the negative 24 mana defense and causes them to Rampage. They will be breaking and getting pushed off. Could this be a mass break here? Could we get a mass break from the Chaos? I'm not sure. Possibly. He does need to chase this lot over here off though. He needs to get rid of the Marauders. So the Chaos Warriors or Halberds will be chomping apart the Casket of Souls pretty comfortably. Casket of Skulls still has 20 melee attack. Pretty good stuff. So looks like 2 left here for the cannon. Cannon crew have 2 left, 1 left now. And that's the cannon down. So good stuff from the cannon. Balance of power going really away from the Tomb Kings now. Really favouring the Chaos as a lot of these entities will be coming back. But some good charges here into the Chaos Warrior Halberds could be quite nice. And you see the Casket of Souls will be going down relatively quickly. Looks like Incantation of Protection for 44% physical resistance, as well as a nice 15% from the Tomb Prince. Given that 59%, so a massive load of physical resistance here. Going to be very good at... does he have Terror? No, he doesn't. Just Fear here on top of his chariot. The Tomb Strike will, of course, give him Terror here sometimes for the Tomb Prince. Now they've broken here the Chaos Warrior Halberds. They just need to come over here and start dealing with some of these units.
Nurgle's glory!
So 600 HP left for him and the charge in from the Tomb Prince. Can they deal with the Chaos Warrior Halberds? The Halberds can really start jumping apart. Negative 118, and that will be balance of power. So that will be the Tomb Kings going down, and a fantastic performance from both sides. Really good stuff. Very interesting game, that one. Very interesting game. So 93 kills, 1.5 for Safriel. Frontline 200, 200, 200. About 200. But Chaos Warrior with Halberd 700, 630, 1.3 and 1.8. 470, 680, 430, 130, 1.18 from the Chaos Marauder Horse Masters and 1.5. Horse Masters really paid for themselves. 780 for the Chaos Trolls and 186, 1,300 from the Soul of Damnation. 153 kills, 3,200 for Cetra, 1.25 from the Necrotect, and 1.3 in here from the Tomb Prince. And the rest struggled a bit. 1.3 from the Casket of Souls and 580 from the Tomb Guard Halberds. Maybe a little bit of a quicker push from Ducky might have allowed a little bit more value, but of course you then would have lost the Casket of Souls. It's a difficult one. This is a very difficult one to play. Well played to both players. GG's indeed. Yeah, he got some brilliant Searing Dooms. Hey, Caradoc, how you doing, man? Yeah, new haircut, bro. New haircut. Yeah, I managed to get this sorted a couple of days ago, actually. Yeah, a couple of days ago. Maybe just after the tournament, I got it sorted, actually. But how you doing, buddy? How's your day going, Caradoc? Shame not to see you in here today. I didn't think you played today. I didn't see you. Let me have a look. No, I didn't see you here today. Didn't see you here. So even style, we're going through to the final up against Bruce. So we get Bruce in the final. There, Bruce is here. Thanks for hosting, Logic. No problem, Ducky. Thank you very much for joining, bro. GG indeed. Sorry if I say your name wrong there, Alari, but I can't see what you said. I think, is that Russian, maybe? I can't read what that says. Great series indeed, yeah, it was a brilliant series. And for those that didn't check out the first series as well, with Beaumore here up against Bruce, brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. By the way, Logic, what is your favourite unit from the Kislev roster? Polar bears, period. Polar bears. Not any one particular type of polar bear, polar bears. I love me the polar bears. I have seen shots do loopings to hit single entities and now missing everything. The song kind of does have a little bit of auto correction, so when it fires in the air it does have a little bit, but it's not like a Doom Diver catapult, not quite as much. But normally terrain can have a bit of an effect. So for example, if you're on lower terrain than say somebody else, or they're on a bit of a downhill terrain, sometimes it can really affect the mechanics. I was off town for a strange, unexpected reason and was late for start, so I missed the tourney, unfortunately. Oh, sorry to hear that, bro. But as I said before, guys, if you ever do want to participate, please come in and just send me a message if you are going to be late, and I'll try and see if I can include you, of course, always. Right, let me message Bruce. I don't think... You're up in the final. So it's going to be Bruce here up against Evenstar, who was, of course, the WWC winner. And we'll be starting here today with map 1, which will be Outdorf Outskirts. So we're waiting here. We're waiting for Bruce to pop in. I'm going to quickly grab a drink of water, guys, whilst this just gets settled out. So grab yourself a drink of water, grab yourself your snackies, and come back and I'll see you in 2 minutes. All right. You would have had to clue me straight into the final. Oh, okay. No worries, dude. No worries. Shame that you missed out, though. Shame that you missed out. Right, let's see if we can... Yep, so it's like Bruce is coming. Logic, what happened to your high vis jackets? They are in the corner, I think. I think I've just got other coats over the top. Alright, so some brilliant games so far from these guys. Brilliant stuff coming from both these players. Ducky bringing it to a really, really close game 3 that could have gone either way, and a fantastic game from Beaumore up against Bruce, who's going to be here in the final. Brilliant stuff from them, going to a game 3, and that also could have gone either way. So the maps today, we'll be having Outdorf Outskirts on, and then Pillar of Bohm, Sword of Torgaud, MP Alpine Ridge, and then Schwarzhafen for the final map. Just waiting for Bruce. Cool. So Bruce is going to send me his friend code. Sweet. Have a look here. Can we see Bruce? There we go, there's Bruce. Let's get Bruce involved. That's alright, CJ. Alright, Bruce, yeah, so Bruce is just popping onto Total War again. I'm sure he took a nice break. And then we're here in the final. So it's going to be a best of 5 guys here for you. So it should be very, very good. So I hope you guys are back. You've grabbed your drinks, you've grabbed your snacks, and we're ready to go. I have my snack right here. Nice protein shake. There we go, he's the man, the myth, the legend. Even decided to pick first. We can burn first. So what's your guys' expectation for this? I don't know so much about Bruce, but obviously I know lots about Even Star. Both apparently very, very good players. What are you guys expecting from this? Are you expecting, we expect to see game 5? What do you guys think? What are factions do mainly Bruce? What does he main? I don't really know too much about Bruce. I don't know what faction he's from. Don't really know too much about him. I have to reset this lobby here. I don't know how to come out of that. I'll just have to reset that. My bad. I'll have to restart that again because I need a screen blocker. I expect Beastman mirror match. We do. I mean, we could do a Beastman mirror match. I'd be okay with that. I don't mind that at all. What's the worst mirror match in the game? Could be VC for sure. VC could be the worst mirror match. Alright, pull the back in. Alright, so it looks like I don't know anything about Bruce. I don't know anything about Bruce. Never seen Bruce play before. So pick Chaos Band, Wood Else, and VC. So some pretty good bands. Pretty good bands. I think they're the two main bands for Chaos. Do I have a favourite mirror match? I'm not sure. A favourite mirror match. It's a good question. I'm not sure. Skaven could be a pretty fun mirror match. There's quite a lot for there to see from there, for sure. Skaven's pretty fun. Okay, looks like Bruce is going to go Greenskins up against Chaos. This is an interesting one. I see this happen a lot. Chaos against Greenskins or VP against Greenskins is quite commonly picked. So Bruce knows exactly what he's doing. I think it definitely favours Greenskins, but I think Chaos is a pretty good counter to it. Oh, I see what you're saying, Biblington. Yeah, I think the Asian community have quite a different approach. A really good approach in some aspects. Really, really, really good stuff. But I'm sure if these two know each other, they'll know what each other likes to bring. Yeah, I'd say something like Skaven is a pretty good mirror match. That has lots of different cool different units, especially with the weapon teams, rat ogres. Yeah, some really, really cool units. For sure, for sure. High elf mirror match can be quite fun. I think also, like, surprisingly, I think a Dowie mirror match is quite fun. There's lots of different layers behind the Dowie. Yes, Dr. Jellyfish, yes it is. Now that a Rubber Ducker War, don't drink tea, you want to do a challenge. Four Giselles pew-pewing to enemy ones. The thing is you can go sort of like a stalking skirmish, maybe even up against a statutory box, or you could have like a box with a nice like wall of Giselles, or you can see some poison wind globes, poison wind mortars. You know, you can see all sorts of fun, interesting items that can come up against each other. Alright. Looks like we're ready. Should be a really interesting one. Should be a really, really interesting one. You seem to be enjoying that shake. Yeah. I love me my shakes. Gotta keep eating, you know? Especially when, you know, these streams can be like 3-4 hours. You need to keep eating. You need to make sure those energy levels stay nice and high, and you keep going. All right. Alright, so let's pop in with the greenskins. We will be having Azag the Slaughterer here in the sky on top of his Feral Wyvern. You will be having that nice poison, that armor piercing with the Spirit Leech. The slashers, I guess that's how it's pronounced, and obviously slicing. We'll be having some forest goblin spider riders in the back with the goblin big boss. We'll be having they need stabbing, and the orc boys. We have the double rock lobber here in the back. No ROR, but we do have some black orcs with the 8 peak loonies. Is that just 2 units? 3 units of black orcs, as well as some goblins. Mass skirmish here in the front line with some goblin wolfrider archers and the forest goblin spider riders. Yeah, really good stuff there for the good skirmish. Should be interesting to see how this is going to work. They have a good level of armor piercing as well. And here for the chaos, we have some Royal Horsemen. We have some Chaos Knights with Lances. They're giving that nice 80 charge and that fear. 120 armor as well, no joke from these boys. Forsaken in the front line for the nice speed. So we have some Chaos Marauders in the front, mixing in with Sarthril, the Ever Watcher here today. Sarthril will be having that 50% range resistance, as well as the 25% magic. We'll also be having the Plague of Rust, Searing Doom, and all his other good bits and bobs. We'll be having the Chaos Spawn here in the back, as well as some Chaos Knights with Lances. So let's who knows those. And is it the double Ferromanticore? No, or is it just one? I think it's just going to be one Ferromanticore with the Chaos Warhands of Poison on the flanks. So it looks like it's just going to be a bit of a kite here at the beginning, maybe just shooting up against the Chaos Warhounds with Poison. There's going to be a bit of... Bruce is going to be able to just about mark. He should be able to get the poison from the Forest Goblin Spider Riders just to slow down enough that most of it can run away. As they will be coming in the sky though. What's he going to be looking to Spirit Leech? That's the question. Chaos Warriors of Poison are waiting very carefully over here on the flank. These boys are just going to be getting as much damage as they possibly can here up against the Chaos Marauders. Only 15 armor. They do have the bronze shield, but still going to get lots of damage value there where they can. Double Forsaken, one on each flank. They actually have 85 armor. It always surprised me. They have quite a bit of armor and they're relatively quick with their 46 speed. They're able to whip around the flanks quite nicely. Use them as like slight cavalry, I guess, if you like. But yeah, they can do some pretty good value. Now I'm going to be chasing here up against the Goblin Wolfrider Archers. Some good micro here from Bruce as well. Just showing how good he is with his micro with these 6 units. Just keeping them coming back, etc. I think we'll be coming down for the slaughter here on top of the Forsaken. He's going to be coming to the backside of these boys and get some good damage value around if he can. Looks like he's going to hit and then get out, but the poison from the Warhounds are going to slow him down. We'll be putting down to that. He's 110 speed, but what will he go down to? 84 speed from him, so he could be caught here by quite a few things. 66 speed from the Chaos Knights and Lancers, and they are going to be charging through here. Big charge from these boys, just yeeting goblins left, right, and centre. And Sarthril will be pushing through in the pockets. Looks like we have the loonies swinging around, smashing up the Chaos Marauders, and the Black Hawks are going to be absolutely chomping this front line. Pretty good Searing Doom here in the pocket up against the Gobbos, but not really going to affect the Black Hawks too much. We have the Chaos Spawn fighting as well. Chaos Spawn doing some pretty good damage value up against the Black Hawks. They have some good weapon strength and okay armor piercing. Can't really carry them with such the small model count, but Sarthril should be able to get in this pocket and cause some nice terror. And a nice charge from the Chaos Knights. We get some very good weapons in this pocket. There'll be some rear charges against the Black Hawks and these Chaos Knights can be quite nice. They're already down to less than half health. Some good damage value going down here on these boys. So we have broken a Forest Goblin Spider Rider, but the other 2 will still be online. So the Ferromanticore has rampaged into the Black Hawks. That's not really where he wants to be. Searing Doom though in the pockets. War will be going down. War on top of the Black Hawks is scary. 64 melee attack for these boys with their mass armor piercing is just enormous. And looks like here in the middle we do have Sarthril trapped in. Along with they need stabbing, I'm sure going down will be going down soon. Get a nice overview. So we still have 3 Black Hawks online. We have the Poison Wolves in the back up against the Goblin Wolf Riders, as well as the Chaos Horsemen here, just shutting down these Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. Just these boys need escorting off the pitch a little bit. Some Goblins are back online, but yeah, for the Greenskins it's starting to look a little bit scary. As you can see, the Black Orcs are starting to fill out, and this back line is starting to get taken apart here. We still have the Goblin and Big Boss here on board. He should be able to help deal with... They need Stabbing going down on top of Sarthriel. Does some good work. Sarthriel really wants to get out there. He does not want to be fighting his battle up against these Black Orcs, especially with they need Stabbing going on board. In the pocket here, the Unbreakable AP units alongside the Black Orcs doing some good damage value here in this pocket. And should be able to help take out alongside the very nice Chaos Knights with Lances. So 3 use of Black Orcs. Some good damage value. A lot of units coming back on board over here in the forest. So we have some Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. And yeah, it seems to be the Greenskins have lost their leadership and they are going to be struggling in this later stage. I actually didn't see what happened to Azag the Slaughterer. I don't know where he got caught, but I saw he got poisoned over here. I'm not too sure what happened to him. But it was a bit of a push there, and obviously the Poison Warhounds were nice and close. They did slow him down. I think he got picked apart there by the Forsaken. But Black Orcs still on board. Should be able to do some good damage right up against his infantry core. I don't think there's too much that can stop them, to be honest. As long as they keep nice and close together and protect each other's flanks, you still should be able to get some good damage value. We still have some Goblin Wolf Riders back online. As you can see, Overcast and Plague of Rust going down for the negative 60 armor on these Black Orcs will really help chomp them apart here. And I think that is going to be GG's from both sides. Sorry, boys and girls, I did unfortunately miss what happened to Azag there. That was a bit poor from me. But Chaos Knights of Lancers still on the side here. They're just going to stay nice and healthy. And the Terror from Sarthriel should be able to come through and push and kill everything else off. What happened to Azag? I didn't see what happened to him. Did anybody catch what happened to him there? Azag is an interesting pick here. The Goblins, well, they were the RR, so they were the AP Loonies. There was no others, I don't think. Yeah, just the AP Loonies. Yeah, so not too much here, I don't think. 800, 700, 1,000. A couple of hundred each, and yeah, not too much. 950 there. Sarthriel 1,006, and it's like 400, 1.6. This would have been the Forsakens. There was a Poison Warhound that also got him with some Forsaken and just really chomped apart Azag. I don't know what else happened to him. Don't know if he just got shot. Because the Ferroman's goal was on the other side. And both the Chaos Spawn were in the pocket. So I didn't really see what happened. I missed that. He died so quickly. Alright, so Lizardmen, Band, VP, and Wood Elves. Okay, interesting stuff from Bruce. Two pretty good bands. Yeah, I could agree. I'm not a fan of it either. ROR, the Morgie Mangy Marauders could have been quite nice here. What else could have been quite nice? I actually kind of like the Death Creepers here as like a counter. Because then obviously if they do get hit by the Mordor Horsemen, they can still heal pretty nicely. Azag is pretty common. He is pretty common. He's just for his mobility. He's pretty common. He's also pretty good at just using the Spirit Lich on Ferromanticores, which are also pretty common here in this matchup. Looks like Evenstar is going to be checking out some sub-factions. Alright, so VC into the Lizardmen. We saw this in the WWC. We actually saw that Evenstar did lose up against the Lizardmen with his VC build, but he's very good with VC. So it should be interesting to see what's going to happen here. I think here we're expecting a little bit of a kite here from the Lizardmen. You're going to be seeing probably some Stegodons with the big bows on the back. You're also going to be expecting maybe 5 units of Chameleon Skinks, maybe even some more than that. You might even expect some Javelins There's some cohort javelins might be quite nice, and you know, you might expect a maybe a high caster. If you bring in the Barrel Legion, you've got to bring the Mohawk Vargeists. Are they specific to just that faction? Last time we saw, he was fairly split from his army fighting against Wars and Cav. I know. Well, that's the whole point of the sub-faction tournament, the Hebbit, is the fact that you can bring all these cool sub-factions. Because this is the thing, you never see any sub-factions in competitive. Because if you bring a sub-faction, people know what you're bringing, pretty much. There are very, very few and rare examples of where you can bring specific sub-factions and it actually benefits you. It's very rare. Oh, that's pretty nice. That's also what I like to see. I like to see the different, like for example, if you take Nagarythe from the High Elves, they have like really cool color schemes. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Oh, my bad. The map will be Pillar of Boone. Yeah, sorry guys, it happened off screen. I didn't think he would let Aztec die that quickly, so I just focused away from it. I thought it was going to be a rear charge into the Forsaken, and he got poisoned, and I did mention he got poisoned, and that's really important for him. Like, getting poisoned, he has 110 speed, and getting poisoned puts him down to 84. It's not slow, but he's also on the floor as well. So, I guess he just got pinned in and he died. He died so quickly I didn't even see what happened. So it'll be 1-0 here to Evenstar, up against Big Bruce 1990. And we're going to be playing Game 2 here on Pillar of Bone, and it will be Lizardmen from Bruce coming up against the Vampire Counts of Evenstar. I like this map. It has lots of cool applications. You had trees bits here and there, and you have some good reefs that you can use. You know, for example, I was Dally on this map. We got up against Tomb Kings, and we had a very nice Casket Souls behind here, shooting over into me with a massive blob front shaft line. It was almost impossible for me to whip round the flanks and shut them down. I had to overextend some Slayers just to shut them down. And yeah, interesting match. That was actually up against the Platypus. She played very well. I think she made the final in the end, actually. Yeah, she played very well. All right, so let's go with the VC. So the VC, we are going to have the Mortis engine. So the very nice ethereal looking Mortis engine here. It's actually not ethereal, but a little bit having that regeneration. You have the Reliquary Corruption, as well as the Tome and the Binding. You will be having the double Vargol for that nice armor piercing and the good regeneration. As well as a few units of Crypt Horrors. He likes his Crypt Horrors, and he also likes his Dire Wolves. So we have some Skeleton Spearmen here in the front, and so I wanted 3-4 units of zombies. Now I always like 1 unit of Cane Wraiths just to keep your opponent honest and making sure they're always bringing magic damage. Because if they haven't, these boys are going to chomp through nice and quickly. For the Lord Choice, we will be seeing Hemric Keller. Where did he go? Where did Hemric go? We're also going to have a Necromancer in the front. He's going to be stroking his rod. And a few other spells from himself as well. Let's have a look. So he'll be stroking his rod, having the Scroll of Shielding, Gaze of Nagash, the Unholy Lordstone in a massive 40-meter radius, and the Vigorous Mortis. I have the Heinrich. So Heinrich's going to be over there. He's going to have quite a few items, including his summon. So he'll be having the Lord of Undeath, the Cloak and Mist of Shadows, the Undeath Resurgence, Raised Dead, Invocation of Neheg, and his Chaos Tombblade. So for the Lizardmen, we have the Blob, which is quite often seen here. So we have Temple Guards either side. We have some Saurus Spears with shields, and the Legion of Chokwa. So Legion require actually give that resistance. So we have a look here for that Legion. They get 44% missile resistance in a 30-meter radius. We also have the Slan of Fire, as well as the double Bastillodon solar engine with the Feral Carnosaur. 3 big boys here, with 3 very big damages. Big hit there into the flank of the Necromancer. Going to be doing an extra 25% damage there due to it being fire magic, of course. Bastillodon solar engine really smashing into the front side of that Necromancer. Good stuff. Want to be seeing both getting forward here. See if they can actually just take out the Necromancer from the rip. That would be some very good value. I'm just going to be progressing forward here. Also, they have magic damage, so very good at taking out the Cane Wraiths as well. Looks like they're just going to be missing the Necromancer. Fireball going down in the pocket as well. What are we going for here? Is it coming after the bigger? It looks like it is going to be coming after the Mortis Engine. Hit the Mortis Engine, does some good damage value. Some very good damage value. Good stuff there. Bastillodon shooting down the front line up against zombies. Not ideally where you want it shooting. Look, it just missed the Necromancer there. Obviously, as you can see, there's going to be some dips and all sorts here on the map. So it can cause some misses here from these Bastillodons. In the pocket, yet again missing up against the Necromancer. Interesting stuff. Hitting on the Vargolf now. Good hits on the Vargolf. Fireball going down again. So Fireball will be going after the Mortis. And it hits it pretty nicely. Some good stuff there. Very, very good damage. And a half health now for that Mortis Engine. Cane Wraiths in the back. We don't have the ROR Timber Guards. I believe the ROR Timber Guards actually have magic attacks. Oh no, the Feral Carnosaur has been caught out, but he will be coming back. He'll be coming back. Well, we can imbue due to Flaming Sword of Ruin. Oh, we don't have Flaming Sword of Ruin. We just have Fireball, and then we have Burning Head. So you might see a Shield of the Old Ones going down now for that nice 22% protection. But as you can see, we don't have the Carnosaur. Burns is large anti-large armor piercing. Very good at dealing with these Vargols for sure. And we also have the big, thick Feral Gary. Feral Gary comes with that massive 140 armor, and he's going to be very good at protecting himself. Temple Guard have a mass leadership as well. The opponent has large anti-large armor piercing, and very good at dealing with these large entities. Cloak of Mist and Shadows go down for the 75% physical resistance. And in the pocket here, inside the Bastillodon Solar Engine, just going to be shooting straight through. Shield of the Old Ones going down, good stuff there. And we're getting that 22% protection there. But in the pocket, we are going to see the Vargols punching straight through the Bastillodon. Summon of zombies here in the back. They're going to be immediately losing all of their leadership. And yeah, the Feral Garys in the middle just going to have to be fighting their way up against the Vargols. Vargols punch pretty hard. And looks like the Mortis Engine in the middle. Scroll of Shielding going down on itself as well, giving that extra protection. So, Burning Head here. Okay, good stuff. Up against the Cane Wraiths, pretty much killing those, killing the skeletons, and looks like it's going to be all over everything else. So balance of power here favouring the undead, really struggling here from the lizard men just a little bit. But as we can see, the Mortis Engine is going to be popping through and getting some good damage value, I'm sure. Up to 17 kills so far. We do have Hemric as well as the double Vargolf. And the Slanation Fire is really going to be struggling. We have another summon coming here, so it's going to be more zombies. Zombies just going to be trying to pin in the Slan. And some more Skeleton Spears just trying to whip around the flank. We have some Direwolves here in the back, just challenging up against the Feral Bastillodon. And the Carnosaur is going to be trying to challenge the Vargolf, but he's going to be losing. Obviously going to have a bit of help here from the Crypt Horrors. But this Feral Bastillodon is not having fun. And really struggling here is going to be the Mortis, as we do actually have the help here from the Slan of Mage. It will be going down. If that Mortis does go down, that could be really good here. Some that regeneration coming through. But we still have Krell. The Krell has been summoned. And a very nice Burning Head here going up against the Cane Wraiths and the zombies. Just helping really get rid of this chaff. In the middle of the Skink Chief. He does actually have his drum, so he's getting some nice drum effects there, and that gives him plus charge and speed, I believe. But the Mortis Engine will be having 400 HP left, not too much left for himself. So over here, let's pop in with the Carnosaur. This big bad Carnosaur has Rampage, giving the buffed melee stats, and it's like he's going to be just thwacking the Vargolf here with his tail. The Vargolf will be having a negative leadership. If he does pin between these two, we could lose the Vargolf. And this could really start changing the balance of power here if you're not careful. But very close to losing that Mortis engine. He is going to be very close. He is on his healing cap. Would he be going down is the question. We really could do with him going down here. And this Slan is trying his utmost to get out of here. He's going to be 700 HP. He's starting to get his leadership back, but is it going to be enough for him to come back? I don't think so. The Mortis engine has gone down. The double Gary's really trying to come through and take out this one Crypt Horror. Shot his own brother in the back there, getting some damage value up against himself. But this Vargolf will be just punching and killing the Slan. Once that Slan goes down, negative 16 leadership, and I think that'll be it for the dinos. I don't think there'll be anything left there for them to deal with. He has gone down. The toilet chair is now on its own. And we will be losing the Vargolf though. We will be losing the Vargolf. But Hemorrhagic Keller will be in the back doing some good damage value. Just going to be charging here up against the Skin Chief. So double Gary in the middle. They're going to try their absolute best. But I think they're both going to be breaking here. And that's going to be game. Interesting stuff. So yeah, interesting. I like this build from Evenstar. Interestingly competitive build. 1.8k damage value from the Mortis engine. Really, really good stuff. 980 and 1.4 from the Vargolf. That Vargolf really got onto the backside of the Slam Mage. It's very good stuff. 550 damage value for the Crypt Horrors. And it was 370 from the Direwolves. 377 and 200 from the Cane Wraiths. Yeah, good work. 930 for the Necromancer. And only 300 from Hemorrhagic Keller. 209 for 2.3k for the Slam Mage Priest of Fire. As well as 288 from the Skink Chief. 890 for the Saurus Spears. 530 for the second units. 450 from these units. Not sure why. I mean, I guess the Legion of Chaqua, obviously you get the triple rank. But the Legion, the actual ability is not too useful. But still could do pretty good here. But, oh, looks like we did have the Star Chamber Guardians. I didn't see them particularly, but they had 1.3k, 1.2 here from the Temple Guard, and 184 kills from 970 for the Temple Guard. 1.4 for the Feral Carnosaur, 650, and 1082 from the Feral Bastiladons. Yeah, Bastiladons did well. I would have really liked to see them. They had a few misses there, which was quite surprising. They were really trying to snipe out the Necromancer, and they missed a few times, which is a bit of a shame. Losing that would have been quite good, because then if you lost these two, you lose the melee attacks and melee defenses. Obviously getting a plus 10 there if you combine both of them in that radius. So yeah, some interesting stuff. Game 3 sort of took out. Let's pop onto it. Nice big map now. It looks like we have Empire, Bang, Greenskins, and Dowie. Yep, two good bands for sure. Two good bands. I think Bruce has already been Greenskins. Well, is it? Are you sure that's jellyfish? I think you can... I think you're right, actually, now you say that. I'm not good with VP, to be fair. Let me check that. What was the second Mortis engine, Dr. Jellyfish? I think you can have two Vigorous Mortis. I don't think you... I didn't see a second Mortis engine in there. Or you just saying to Zypher that there was only... You can only have one Mortis engine. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't think I missed anything. Alright, so it's going to be... Yeah, so Empire up against VC. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Alright guys, so I don't ask for this often, but we're going into Game 3 now. If you guys have enjoyed this content, please maybe think about leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps boost the video and the content, and really sort of helps share it with the rest of the community and people that maybe haven't seen this channel yet. It really does. The more interactions you get with this video, the further it helps promote it. And if you guys are brand new here and you're enjoying the content and you'd like to see Total War Warhammer content every single day, I try to do that for you guys with the videos as well as live streams and all of the tournaments here I bring on the channel. If you guys would like to see that, please think about subscribing. I really appreciate that. I obviously try and drop that in during the video as well. I don't really like doing it, but it's kind of my job as well. So if you guys have enjoyed it, please, I'd appreciate that. But yeah, we're going on to Sword of Torgald, and it's quite a wide map here, so we're going to be favouring some of the gun lines here from Evenstar. And you could expect a few different types of builds here. You're definitely going to be seeing a Firecaster with Flaming Sword of Ruin, probably a Burning Head and a Fireball, I'm sure. Winning all the games is far worse than using 2 Mortis engines. I think you said. Let me have a look at something. Alright, looks like they're both ready, so let's hop into it. Alright, so 2-0 here to Evenstar. We'll be having Empire up against Vampire Counts on the Sword of Torgald. So quite a wide map. Should be interesting to see. There's a massive chasm here in the middle. So quite a bit of room between the two. So you can see a lot of gunfire here going straight down the middle here. You see massive map. I wouldn't say particularly favours either side here, but of course you have buildings in the middle, you have all sorts of ravines that you can use to sort of put the fire and ammunition into your advantage, where if you are the VC you can't get shot too easily. There are trees, but they're minimal, and yeah, it's quite the open map. Okie dokie, so let's hop into this then. We'll hop in with the Empire first. Let's have a look. So we have... Is this some very elite units here? Oh, right, so we have some Demigryph Knight Halberds. Love to see the Demigryphs, for sure. These bad boys look absolutely insane. So 2 units of Demigryph Knight Halberds. Looks like there's going to be 3 units of Demigryph Knight Halberds. Can you have 3? I think you can have 3. So Stolen's Revenge, the Free Company Militia, the ROR. These boys have good armor piercing as well as stalk and fire whilst moving. And they're actually probably one of the better looking models here for the ROR for the Empire. They're all pretty boring actually, to be fair. So Halberdiers here in the front line with Volkmar the Grim. Volkmar the Grim is pretty much designed for this matchup. He's very good for sure. Grand Soulfire, as well as the Grand Shield of Faith, Banishment, and the Jade Griffin with Divine Power. No Benediction. Benediction is pretty good at cancelling out that fear. But we have some great swords in the front row. There's like 3 units there ready to deal with any Grave Guard, as well as some Demigryph Knights supported by some Spearmen. Looks like we have a Jade Wizard here in the front line. Jade Wizard are going to be very good at supporting here for the Demigryph Knights. Jade Wizard will be on foot. He'll be having the Power Stone as well as Earth Blood and the Life Bloom. Yeah, that seems to be it. Just 1 unit of the Sterling's Revenge. Right, VC, let's go for it. So we're going to have some Cane Wraiths from Bruce. It looks like 1 on each side there. 5 units of zombies in the front line for that nice, good chaff. Do we have the ROR is the question. Doesn't look like it today. Oh, look at this. One of the best looking units in the game with the Hex Wraiths. This is the ROR Hex Wraiths, the Chillgeists. So they don't have their flaming attacks. What the chill guys do have, they have this ability called the Chilling Aura. In the 40 meter radius, gives a negative 36% speed, just allowing them to hop on with that very nice terror and shut down all sorts of units. So we have the Stroggy Vampire Lord here in the sky. He'll be having his Gould King of, not sure what that is, but it gives him that restoration, the Opal Amulet, Commanding of the Unliving, Gaze of Nagash, Invocation of Hex, Spirit Leech, and the Death Shriek. Yeah, some very good stuff. We also have some Blood Knights as well today for the both for large, anti-large. Looks like just some general zombies with Crypt Ghouls here as well. Crypt Ghouls pretty good. That nice fear and the poison. Poison's very helpful. We have the Necromancer with his rod, as well as Raise the Dead and all the other bits and bobs in the back. And the White King with his Scabbed Scraith. They look cool. Everything else is irrelevant. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. So looks like they're going to be coming over here on this right-hand side. So they're going to be progressing over here to come round on the flank. So the engagement is going to be taking place up here then. Not much Graveguard to deal with. So it could be interesting. Stalin's Revenge only have 90 range. So it could be interesting to see. I'm not too sure why these are picked, say, over the Silver Bullets. I think the Silver Bullets have far much more utility with their magic ammunition. They also have Stalk as well, but it makes them very good at dealing with things such as Hex Wraiths and Cane Wraiths. So not too sure why they've particularly been picked in this matchup. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me here why you might pick the Sterling's Revenge rather than, say, the Silver Bullets. So there was a few questions about this earlier. I've had this a few times. Yeah, that's true, man. I think they were all halberd. Yeah, so 1 unit demogryph halberds, 2 units of demogryph. Yeah, they're all halberds. They're all halberds. So I had a question earlier. Someone was a little bit worried about this. So this is what's called the this is like the moving stage. So what an opponent can do is he can move and then try and surround his opponent. So this is what we call a box build, where he's built his build nice and close here. And what he's going to try and do is, your opponent here is going to try and move forward. As long as he's continuously moving towards the player, he can actually maneuver his forces into an attacking formation. But then once the attacking formation has started, he can't then like remove his force again. So now we're starting to engage now. We now need to start seeing the undead player moving in, now that attack formation has occurred. And it looks like he's just going to be trying. The problem is he can't just throw the chill guys. He can't just throw them. He needs to get them into the right place. And probably taking on the spearman, getting that terror. Coming to the back line, really shutting this down and doing it that way could be quite nice. Voltmar is going to be in the back. Voltmar was coming after those Cane Wraiths. A nice banishment on there would be really good. Demogryph Knight Halberds are going to be charging straight through onto these front lines, getting some good damage value here. Just going to be breaking the zombies and do some very, very good work. Definitely the coolest units here in the Empire roster. As you can see, they've got their nice charge and they are going to be coming back into the pocket here. Banishment over here though. Banishment's going to be going down on top of the Crypt Ghouls, getting some good damage value up against these cheaper units of zombies, skeletons, and Crypt Ghouls. But here we go. In the front line, we do have the Chill guys fighting here. The Demogryph Knights are going to be coming out, just leaping like the heroes they are, coming through and doing some good damage value. Really want to be seeing the Demogryph Knights coming through and charging onto the Stroggy Vampire Lord. Getting some damage value to him as well, could be quite nice. The actual ROR version of the Demogryph Knight Halberds do actually come with terror, which is also quite nice when it comes to a matchup like this. But they do obviously cost an extra 300-400 more. As you see in this area of effect, we can see the Grand Shield of Faith going down for a nice damage protection of 22%. We might even be losing the Necromancer here in the pocket. That could be really dangerous here. You see Rolling Dirty in the pocket. We do see Voltmar the Grim coming through. We are about to lose the Jabers though. He has been terrified thanks to the Stroggy Vampire Lord, but he should come back in this pocket as he's only been terrified. Power Stone going down on top of him. The Grand Shield of Faith will be popping in his pocket, and we have the nice fire damage here from the Volkmar the Grim fighting up against the Shorty Vampire Lord. Opal Amulet going down for that 22% damage resistance, but fire damage can give you an extra 25% damage here from the Shorty Vampire. This pocket is starting to struggle a little bit here, starting to break apart at the seams. We can see that the Stern's Revenge are fighting in melee combat. When we get these guys out and shooting. Cameras on the right hand side are going to be chasing off a shattered unit of great swords. Broken unit of halberdiers as well. Have they been terrified? No, they're just rooting there on the side. But yeah, Demogryph Knights are still relatively healthy. 2 healthy units there. And 1 about half health. Stern's Revenge are fighting in hand-to-hand combat.
By the comets! Lucas's head flew by me!
And also here, looks like we did manage to get the Jade Wizard back, but he's got to be careful of that sniping potential of the Strawberry Vampire Lord. You really have to be careful of that. You lose your healing, it could be GG's here. You've got lots of expensive units that you want to continuously keep healing. And look, a terrifying unit of Demogryph Knights, that's such a shame. Looks like they are going to be breaking, and they're really not very quick. The Chill Guys are going to be exceptional at pushing them off, of course with that terror. I think this is going to be a win here for Bruce. I really don't think there's much the Empire can do here now. We're not going to have some Great Swords fighting in the pocket, but it's just one unit of Great Swords. And they also are susceptible. They have been terrified. Not sure what over here has terrified them. Can the White King terrified? No, he can't. So they've been terrified, but I'm not sure what. Not sure what terrified them, to be quite honest. They're not close to anything that could terrify them. Here in the pocket, what's this going to be? A banish? No, it's just going to be a zombie summon. And looks like here we are going to get the Cane Race. No. Cane Race did it okay. Jade Wizard is going to be struggling. Banishment here could be nice. Good damage value here on the Chill Dice. Very, very good work there. Banishment also going to be helping that exit there for the Stunner's Revenge, but the Cane Race will of course be assisting. And that's not going to be game over because of course Volkmar the Grim is unbreakable, but there's really not much left here. He is going to have to stay engaged in combat, and yeah. Interesting build for sure, but we have a very healthy unit of Great Swords coming back, but there's no Demogryph Knights there. Well, there is one, but oh, it looks like a heal wolf going down on these Demogryph Knights. But there's not so many models there, 14 models left here. We'll be fighting up against the Blood Knights. Volkmar the Grim is going to be wrapping his arms straight around this Necromancer though. Really pushing this Necromancer to the edge. He's going to be down to negative 57. Damn. Lots of negative on the leadership there. Managed to remove him, that could be quite nice. But then obviously you still got a very healthy White King for the bonus infantry. And the Strawberry Vampire Lord. We'll be breaking and terrifying the Jade Wizard, I'm sure. And yeah, there's going to be no healing left for these elite Demogryph Knights. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame there. Such a shame to see such a really cool elite unit of Demogryph Knights getting pushed off here. Even Star will pull out. I think unfortunately they're not quite getting the engagements that he wanted, losing quite a few elite units. And there just wasn't quite enough here to deal with the mass onslaught. And I think the ROI would have been quite nice. I'm so sorry. That's awful from me. 2.6k from Volkmar the Grim. And the rest. So 64 kills. Not bad there. 65 damage value, 350 and 213. They have to get 213 kills just to not even get their damage, not even get their value. And they're 950, so it's a shame. They got 15,000 damage dealt. But Stunner's Revenge getting 1,000 damage and 800, 600 and 1.3. So a bit of a shame there. Bit of a shame. Volkmar very healthy. 1.3 for the Strawberry Vampire Lord. 300, 530 for the White King. 370 for the Crypt Ghouls. Very good stuff. 1,000 damage value for the Cane Wraiths. 1.2 for the Chill Guys. And 1.3 for the Blood Knights. Brilliant, brilliant work. The map is going to be MP Ipound Ridge. Yeah, it was some great micro from from Bruce indeed. He was able to get around the flank, shut down certain units, get the terror in and out where it was needed, really pick and pull apart the army where it was. You know, you saw segregated units of great swords. You saw just units getting pushed apart and pulled apart all over the place, and that's what really shows a good play here when you have the ability to really pick apart the army, and that's what was done there. Horrible if you want to fight fun builds. I like VC. I think VC is a very strong one. I don't know about that one. I don't know if you can have 3. I mean, Bruce hasn't complained, and Bruce got the win, so I don't see it being a problem. But I think you might be right. I think you can actually have 3 demogryphs. I think you can. I don't know if you can have 3 demogryph halberds. Yeah, does anybody know the reason why you might bring the Sterling's Revenge rather than bringing the Silver Bullets? I don't know if anybody plays Empire or mains Empire too much. But for me, like, I would always bring the Silver Bullets over the Sterling's Revenge. Just because they come with that magic damage, they're very good at dealing with, like, Hex Wraiths and Chillgeists, and they're just good at dealing with most things, to be honest. Also, their AP output is much better. Alright, so I think we're going to be seeing a Skaven play from Bruce, I think. I think you can. I think there is a cap, though. I think Knighthood might be right. I think there is a cap of how much you can bring. I seem to remember you couldn't used to bring 3 Blood Knights or something, or like you could bring 3 Blood Knights, but you couldn't bring. There used to be a different rule. Like you could bring 3 Blood Knights, but you couldn't bring 3. I can't remember now. I think it was, yeah. No, the demographic Knights nowhere near paid for themselves. Nowhere near. I actually prefer the normal demographics. I don't like the halberdiers. I think 4.4k used to be the max because you could only bring 2 knights. What are they called? Dragon Princes. You could only used to bring two Dragon Princes, I think, or something. Can't really remember, to be honest. Or you could bring 3. You could bring, like, I think you could only bring 2 Dragon Princes, and you could bring 3 Blood Knights or something. Well, it used to be something like that. So we're gonna have Skaven banning Wood Elves and TK, 2 pretty good bands. You've already seen VC go out as well as Chaos. 2 very good there up against. Sorry, I'm yawning every 10 seconds, and I don't know why. Like, I shouldn't be that tired. Like, it's a bit silly. Oh, really? If Evenstar actually goes Dowie, I will be super surprised. Interesting. I think this is Dowie's worst matchup. Being healed, so bring 6 demis, but also lose. Yeah, I think there was something maybe it was Blood Knights you couldn't bring 3 of, maybe. Hey Void, how you doing, man? Nice to see you dropping in. The man, the myth, the legend has joined the chat. How you doing? How come there's no Void this week in the BattleMania? The man, the myth, the serious legend. Oh, did you play in Vikings tournament? I think Dowie against Skaven is Dowie's worst matchup. For sure. You know, you go 4 lots of Warlock Giselles and you just snipe everything. Oh, okay, that's a good shot, Bimlington. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing, man? Phoenix, your other question is this. Can you bring 3 units of Demigryph Halberdiers? I'm pretty sure you can. I don't think there's a cap on units anymore on value. Does everybody say what's up to J Phoenix, the legend? Really helping out with today's tournament, sourcing out all sorts of disputes left, right, and center. So big thank you to J Phoenix in the chat for me, please. J Phoenix has been absolutely exceptional as always. It does say you can bring 3, but I thought there used to be. I think you're right, Knight. Yeah, I thought you could, because I remember there used to be a cap on how much you could bring. Ah, it looks like he just dropped. That's okay. Yeah, Void, were you playing in Vikings tournament? Yeah, I seem to remember in the old rules, there's certain units and knights you couldn't bring 3 of. I seem to remember, but I'm talking a while ago. Yeah, big shout out to Jay. Big shout out to Jay. Hey, how you doing, the Dutch favour? Yeah. Oh, okay. I assumed it did change. Like, it made sense. Like, I think you could only have, like, it was either 2 Dragon Princes or you could only have 2 Blood Knights, and the matchup between the 2 was pretty poor one way or the other. I seem to remember. I seem to remember Turin talking about it. Me and Ducky had a chat about it once, and it was a bit. So, the only reason why this might be okay for Dowie is because of the map. But as you can see here, we're going to have 4 lots of Warlock Giselles, I'm sure. Yeah, it's pretty standard. 4 lots of Warlock Giselles, just a cheap, chaffy front line. Just at the top. You're going to have the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. Gutter on a Slings. No poison from them. Don't like that pick, but, you know. Death Runner's pretty good. And you also have the Viscrin Death Squad. Probably an Assassin as well as... Oh, and the Glacier Plague. The Assassin and the Warlock Engineer. So the Warlock Engineer will be having the Warpstone Armor. And we'll be having a Vermintide and the dreaded 13th spell for the Storm Vermin Halberdiers. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, for the choices over here today, we will be having the double gyrocopter Brimstone guns. Love the Brimmies. Slayers here on the backside, as well as the miners of blasting charges on the front. Dwarf warriors as well, just mixing in and along. And that one Brimstone gun on each flank, it looks like it will be. They're very susceptible to getting shot here. But we do have lots of rangers in the back. Looks like at least 4 units of rangers, so they'll be very good at dealing some damage. And some slayers. So nice and wide here, and you know, if in doubt, shoot my pocket, do what you want. This is a good army. This is as good as armies I've ever seen. I'm going to be doing a full melee push. But yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if they can deal with these Warlock Giselles. Warlock Giselles in the trees. Going to be hiding nicely. Now, what I really like about this plane with the Skaven here and Bruce is it's going to force this entire army to rotate. Now, over here on the right hand side, you can see some shots can come straight into the side of the Slayers and the miners are blasting charges. And this force is just going to rotate just a little bit. The Gutter Runner Slings are going to be very good at dealing damage here up against the Slayers. And as we can see coming through here, just going to be a rotation for the Dowies. This back end is going to kick forward whilst this front end comes round. But it doesn't want to come over the ridge. It doesn't want to get shot here completely by the Warlock Giselles. Yeah, I played in Vikings. I scored 4 points. Did that put you through to the final, Void? I think for the point system, it's whoever got the most points. Whoever got the most points goes through to the final. There we go. So the boys are firing. And what are we going to be shooting at here? Looks like we're going to get some hits into the miners and blasting charges. The Lord choice today will be Grombrindle the White Dwarf, who only has Grombrindle has no fear. No flash bomb, so really cheap here from Even Star. They're going to be shooting onto the ridge, heading some Dwarf Warriors. But Gromby's going to have to be a little bit slower on this advance. Miners are going to be struggling in the front line. They're going to be getting shot half to death here. Really want to see these slingers shooting into the slayers. Don't want to shoot them into the miners. There's you've got the AP there from the warlocks to do that. I don't have poison right now, so no poison variants over here on the left. Skaven summon here of Clan Rat should be able to good and push up against the slayers and do some good damage there. And something I'm going to be shooting, getting some damage up against the rangers. And in the back comes the gyrocopters. Slayers will be coming forward, but they will have to be fighting up against the Viscerin's Death Squad. They will run away. Viscerins do have 54 speed up against the 40 of the Slayers, so they will be getting caught for sure. But they will be getting shot here by the Rangers for their troubles. So blasting charges here in the front line up against these Skaven slaves. And looks like we also have the Grossier Plague in the back, who I believe has doesn't have Contaminated, but still can have some good boys in the front. They do some good damage value. And it's not going to be too much to stop Grombrindle. And what I really like to do with Grombrindle is really shoot him here with the Warlock Giselles, to shoot him down. We also want to be shooting here up against the gyrocopters as well. Gyrocopters aren't going to be getting targeted. And look at that damage value there on these boys. Some really, really good stuff. Gromby will be coming through to the front line. The Death Runners are really close. Death Runners can do some definitely good damage value up against Gromby. Nice explosion there with the summon of the Storm Vermin. This is the sword and shield variety. Definitely do some good damage value up against the Dwarf Warriors. They might struggle up against the Slayers, but they'll do some good damage value. In the back, the gyrocopters are taking loads of damage. Gyrocopters are getting pushed off left, right, and centre. And in the pocket here, we can be seeing all sorts of armour sundering going down here. Or more importantly, should I say, Weeping Blades. There should be the Wartstone effect going down over here in the front as well. So the Wartstone just give that constant damage over time. Grossier Plague will be coming through. He'll have his Storm Vermin summon, but he also has his Clan Rats as well if he needs them in the back pocket. But as we see, I think we've got some. No, this is Grombrindle has coming to the back.
Retreat!
Trying to come after the Warlock Giselles. Balance of power here, pulling into the Skaven favour, of course. It's going to be very difficult here. This is really difficult for the Dowie. This is a really difficult matchup. But the problem is can you deal with Grombrindle? You do have, where is he? So you do have your Assassin. He's relatively healthy, but I don't think the Assassin is going to be enough to take him on. I think you're going to need a little bit more than that. So you have some Skaven slaves here in the forest. You want to be starting to get some of these forward to help give you some chaffing in between your Warlocks. Your Warlocks are going to be getting hit here relatively hard. Arcane Conduit for the Grossier, maybe trying to save up there for another summon in the front line, but you have also a unit of Warlocks. I wouldn't be firing into the trees here. This is where I start firing up against Gromby. You need to shut down Gromby, really, or start shutting down this backline range of Rangers. We've got some Skaven slaves coming in the back though, so they should be able to help stop the fire from the Rangers in the back pocket. And we need to get the Viscerin's Death Squad back, that's for sure. They need to come back as quickly as possible. Very important unit here. Very good at taking care of Grombrindle. Is that the Warpstone going down there from, yep, so it's from the Warlock Engineer coming down with the Warpstone armor, getting that area of effect damage over time. And the Slayers, looks like we have some Dwarf Warriors and Slayers in the pockets, and some more Dwarf Warriors going to be coming back here to help us get the Warlock Engineer. A bit of a shame here, you are going to be seeing Bruce has been caught up with 2 units up against the Miners, just wants to keep these Skaven slaves moving and start shutting down the backline Rangers. But some good maneuvering ability here from the Skaven. Just keep moving and shooting and summoning, moving, shooting and summoning. That's the just the repeat you need to keep doing here. As you see, this ridge is going to start to get in the way, and then that's going to start favouring the Dowie. The Dowie have that range to come over the top, while you really don't have that here from the Warlocks. They're pretty straight fire. Balance of power now really starting to struggle for the Dowie, and you definitely have the ability here to snipe out Grombrindle. This is why I turn and start shooting Grombrindle. He's on his own. There's nothing he can do, and maybe a nice summon here in this front could be good. Just yeah, good summon there. Going to be missing just a little bit. The summon here would have been a little bit better. Just a summon in front of them, just so they can then catch onto that. But it's like even Star will be dropping out. I do miss the High Elf set. I had High Elf DE game. Oh, a few to catch up on here. Let me catch up on here, guys. Scored 4 points. Yeah, it all depends on who got the most points. So just to let you know, Void, if you don't go through, after this, I'll be putting up my one, which will be Nurgle. So I'm part of the same thing, by the way. So I'll be putting up my Nurgle tournament for all of you guys to join. So well played. Evenstar gave it a good go for sure. He definitely gave it a good go. But 530 damage value for Grombrindle. Nothing for those. And yeah, about 350 to 180 for the rest. 100 and 130 for the Dwarf Warriors. Slayers tried their best. 800, not too bad. 450. 500 and looks like 2-300 for the Rangers and 2-300 here. Warlock Giselles would have got lots of damage of 500, 400, 700. Oh, not as much as I thought, but yeah, not too bad nonetheless. 160 skills, 1.37 for the Viscerins, 988 for 570 and 150. 600 damage value for the Vulcan Tail Slashers. They're very good in this matchup. Lots of fire damage here on the front of the Dowie. Good stuff, 380, 340, and 370 for the Assassin. Good work, good work. So we're going for the Game 5 here then. Game 5, 2 apiece here, which means we'll be playing on Schwafhaften. Right, we'll catch up with all you boys and girls in just a second. Right, so just going to be seeing... Okay. So now we're going to be having a blind pick from both sides. I've actually had the blind pick in. Nurgle Champions is going to be fun. Nurgle, so just to let you guys know what Nurgle is all about. Nurgle, for every single one you take for the King of the Hill, is you have to bring 5 either single entities. They either have to have poison, regen, or single entities. Yeah. There are a few large exceptions. So, for example, you'd really struggle if you were the Empire. But, like, for example, Demogryph Knights count. So that should be really good. Right, so let's see what Bruce is going to come with. Right, just waiting to see what Bruce has to say for himself. Let's catch up with you guys whilst we're waiting in the meantime. Hopefully I'm HE main. High elves, yeah, I think, well, obviously greenskins are very good up against high elves, for sure. No, I don't think it wasn't just Silver and Guard that caused the nerf for high elves. I think it was just a change in the meta in general. So I just explained to Bruce how this all works. Okay. Right, so the blind picks are done, everybody. So let's hop into this then. Right, so we have Even Star. Even Star is Greenskins and Bruce is TK. So this should be a really, really good game. When are you going to put up the Nurgle tournament then? Or whatever, can't remember. Yeah, I'm doing Nurgle. So I'm doing the Chaos God Nurgle. That will be going up. I'll be making the... So in my Discord, you guys are going to join. I'm going to be making a Nurgle section. And then I'll be putting a message up tonight. Literally, as soon as it's done, I'll put up a message. And all of you guys that would like to play, just put yourself down and say, yes, I can attend. It'll be next Wednesday. We'll be starting off at 5 PM. So it'll be 5 PM GMT. And then for all of you that join, oh, by the way, just to let you guys know, it is for cash money. So if you win, you get a cash prize for this particular small Nurgle tournament. And if you win, you also earn yourself a spot to go through to the final to play under Turin. So Turin will be cast in the final. Yeah, so Big King of the Hill. All of you guys will be randomly picked out of a generator. So let's say I've got 50 of you. I'll be randomly picking somewhere between the region of 8 and 10, and then you guys will be playing with, and then some of you will be reserves as well, so you'll be backups in case they can't make it, and then there'll be, you'll be playing for a spot there in the final. All right, let's hop in here. It was very fun when Star Dragon sniped your lord while they were while they were netted. I do miss when every high elf set had a high elf or D game. Yeah, you don't really see high elves or dark elves at all anymore. Unfortunately, under the new meta, you don't really see it. I still like Silver and Guard. I still think Silver and Guard are strong. What do you mean you're doing well, Logic? What do you mean, Knight? Alright, so both are ready. So this is the blind pick. The way this works is they've all picked 4 factions. So if we take Bruce, for example, he's been Lizardmen, Greenskin, Skaven, and he's been, what was the other one? Vampire Counts. So he can't pick any of those 4. He can pick any one of the 14 left, and he sends me a message of which one he's going to be. And then the same happens for Even Star, and it's a blind pick. They don't see what each other's going to have. They just pick randomly. And that's what it is. So they picked randomly, and it's going to be Greenskins up against TK. So luckily, it's a good pick here, where both of them stand a very, very good chance. Oh, okay, cool. Cheers, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are 3.5 hours in. So this should be a very, very interesting game. So let's go here with the Greenskins and today Even Star. 3 units of Stone Trolls. We have the Morgy Mangy Marauders with some Goblin Warfighter Archers. It's like 4 units of those, and looks like 2 units of the Spider Riders and the Goblin Warfighters. We have the Night Goblins here. No Fanatics from them, just the normal ones. With some Orc Boys in the front. Orc Boys are going to be very good up and dealing against those Skellos with some Goblins on the side. We have an Orc Shaman here in the pocket with a very nice Goblin Big Boss on top of his Spider. Come in that very nice poison, and they need stabbing. Shaman here in the front will be having Brain Buster, I assume, and Edge Butt. Yep, some very good stuff. No Scroll of Shielding. Interesting stuff. Grom the Paunch will having all of his items today, so if we pop over there with Grom. Grom will be having Axe of Grom, the Lucky Banner, the Great Inn is here, and Language of the Boys. So we're going to have High Queen Khalida here today for the big greenskins. She will be having the Venom Wave as well as Blessing of Asaph. So not too many items here for herself. But we will be having the Lychee Priest of Light. It's not really called a Lychee Priest, but I call it a Lychee Priest because that's what I like to do. But it's called she has the Scrolls of the Mighty Incantation, Net of Amantok, and Shem's Burning Gaze. Good stuff there. You net it, and then you shem it. Very, very good stuff. Skeleton Spearman here, and some Tomb Guard in the front line. Tomb Guard very good at dealing with those greenies. With the Kepra Guard, the Arrow Arm 2 Guard as well, with the Blessing of the Legion. So the Blessed Legion going to be very good. They have the Armor Sundering. And in the front line we have 4 units of Skeleton Horse Archers, with Skeleton Horsemen in the back. They're not super quick, 76 speed, but of course they have that fear as well. We have some Screaming Meme Catapults in the back, very good at doing that magic damage, especially when it comes to dealing with all the Orc Boys. Savage Orcs can be very good up against them. They have good physical resistance, but they don't do very well up against magic. So, yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any big kitty cats today. I normally like to see the big, what's it called again? You have the Necrosphinx of Yusef, the fire damaging one. Can be very good at anti-ing Grom. But lots of Tomb Guard at the front here could be difficult to deal with. So you've got, looks like 2 units of Tomb Guard, 3 units if you include the Kepra Guard. So good stuff. And they also have magic damage, so they'll really be punching through the physical resistance here from some of these units. Some Morgy Mangy Marauders, they're not going to do too great against really anything in this army. They might do quite good damage here up against the Tomb Guard, because of course they have some armor. But Screaming Memes should be pretty good at dealing with some of the Mangy Marauders. But Shot's going to be going in the front. What are they going to be shooting at? I wouldn't mind seeing them shooting the infantry, really wither down this infantry. And yeah, really take this all apart. They have 30 armor with the bronze shield, so yeah, if you could wither out, oh yep, nice big brain buster over there. Not too great a damage if I'm honest, but Shem's Burning going down the pocket. What are we coming for? Big hit there on the Goblin Big Boss. Want to be getting rid of him if you really can. Get rid of that they need to stab him. Negative 30 armor, negative 24 melee defense can be really good at sniping out Queen Khalida. The 90 charge here from Grom. I think Grom just needs a nerf in general. Either make him more expensive or just start reducing some of his stats. But 90 charge is just ridiculous. But yeah, he's very good at doing most things. There's not anything that Grom's really bad at, to be honest. He has 100 armor, pretty good charge, bonuses in infantry, anti-infantry, and regen. Coming with all of his abilities, making him pretty good here. If you can manage to net him as well, just keep him a little bit... I actually don't mind just continuously netting Grom. Just making sure you don't get that value from Grom, really. Pretty good there. As you can see, what I really like here from Bruce, he's just going to be withering down that front line, giving his skellies here a little bit more of a chance to deal. There you go, nice net in the front, very good stuff. But if you do that continuous damage on the front line, can really wither out this front line and give your skeletons far much more of a chance. They also have Fear, which gives the -8 leadership to the Orc Boys. And as you can see, they already have sustained damage as well as artillery on the top of them when the Fear comes in. It's just an accumulation of negative to stats there. Coming through there, here are the big boys with their stones, and oh my god, just absolutely slamming through these skeletons. These undead boys here, these bony boys did not know. Oh my god, what happened to Grom? Grom got destroyed, and it looks like it might be High Khalida related. Was that Shem's Burning Gaze that went down there? I'm not sure what did that amount of damage to Grom, but Grom got destroyed, for sure. Oh, look at this in the back though. We are going to see the very... Oh my god, yeah, brilliant stuff there from the Sneaky Boys coming in for the 8-peak loonies. Good stuff there. So the 8-peak loonies is going to be at the front line fighting, and this is where it could all fall apart really, really quickly. As you can see, you have all those greeny boys fighting up against the bony boys and doing some good damage value. We're pushing onto the back line here with Stone Troll's going to be really just smashing apart these screaming meme catapults. But Grom is going to be struggling. Brainbuster going down in the pocket up against the Kepra Guard. Kepra Guard will still have that healing, but they don't really have too much protection up against that magic damage. We are going to be losing the Legion Priest. They need stabbing going down on top of him. Where is the High Queen Khalida, though, is the question. Where is she gone? I don't see what happened to her there. Is that her there? Yes. She is going to be in the pocket here. If you don't get that, you shot to someone. Now you shot to someone, you can come through as quickly as possible. You need that balance of power to stay as close to the middle as possible. And you can see High Queen Clearer is going to be coming through. Is she going to be trying to snipe Grom? I think she's going to be coming through for that Grom sniper. You are going to have the supports here of the Stone Trolls. We are going to have the Yushupti summon in the middle. Yushupti could come through and do good damage value. But really help chomp apart these Stone Trolls. Stone Trolls have been broken. Clearer does have that fear. And she does have Tomb Strike, which I don't think she has today. No, she doesn't. But that does give her terror, of course, as well. We're in the pocket here. All of it is falling apart. We do see the skeleton horses are going to come in behind and maybe try and see if they can chop down these goblin wolf riders to size. But something needs to push off these stone trolls. They need to get pushed off. In the back, the archers are going to do some good damage value. We are going to have them fighting up against the goblin fire spider riders. But these boys here, the Blessed Legion, do need to start getting back here and getting some more shots. We have the Orc Shaman in the pocket. And where is Grom? Grom is going to be in the middle here fighting alongside the Goblin Big Boss up against High Queen Khalida. She's going to be on her own, and you are going to have the Stone Trolls in. The Greatness here for the increased melee attack and base weapon damage, and that is going to scream here to High Queen Khalida. She needs to get out. You are going to have the rear charge here from the Skeleton Horsemen. They're going to come through and try and get some good damage running, but you see another unit of Spider Riders and Stone Trolls are going to come through. I think Khalida is done here. There's not a lot that Khalida can do. Balance of power really pulling into the green skin favour now. Khalida is kind of stuck here in this engagement. There's nowhere she can really go. These shops you need to get involved as quickly as possible. Help really deal with this core blob. But Grom is broken. Good stuff there. Grom's gone. So Grom is done for now. They need stabbing though on top of High Queen Khalida. That's going to really be a big pain there. As Wild going off the extra AP, negative armor, negative melee defense for her. She will be going down. There'll be a negative leadership map wide, and there's not going to be a lot here to stop her. Broken units left, right, and centre though. Can they stabilise here is the question. I don't think so. Kepler Guard will still be healing. There's broken left, right, and centre here from the Greenskins. Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, yeah. I thought maybe. I just saw the whole Greenskin army just starting to fall apart left, right, and centre, and I thought maybe it's going to be just a tremendously quick flip, but it wasn't. But brilliant stuff there. Grom only coming with 440 damage value, considering how much was put into him, was really surprising. You know, he had the Axe of Grom, he had all of his abilities. I think he goes up to somewhere like 2.2 to 2.4k, somewhere in that range. But only 40 damage value from him. 1.2 here for the Orc Shaman, good stuff there. 900 for the Goblin Big Boss. 200, 270, 230. Yeah, the front boy's doing okay. As you can see here, the Fanatic Knight Goblins, 800 damage value from them. Really, really good stuff. They've already got most of their damage value here up against the Bony Boy Archers. Good stuff. Yeah, the Riders did quite well. 550, 350, and 270. Yeah, 100, 280. Yeah, some really good stuff. 270, 440, 830, and 1,270 from the Stone Trolls. Really good stuff from both of these players. Bruce playing really well today. Fantastic from him. 1.4k for High Queen Khalida. 680 here for the Lychee Priest. That Shems would have definitely done the destruction there up against Grom for sure. Yeah, some good work there. The Bony Boys in the front. Only 140 for the ROR Skeleton Spearman with that nice poison. The King's Nikesh Scorpion. And 411 and 500 from the Tomb Guard, 430 for the Kepler Guard, a nice edge butt there, and a Brain Buster, really taking those apart. 580 for the Blessed Legion, yeah, some good stuff. 612, 440, 400, 340, and the memes, good stuff. I actually would have liked to have seen a Double Tomb Scorpion. Double Tomb Scorpion's pretty good in this matchup. Very difficult for the Greenskins to tie down. Yeah, GG's well played to both. Looks like they've headed off, but GG's very well played to both players here. Logic, etc. on the Chariot, best lord in the game, in your opinion. Best lord in the game by far is Grom, I think. I think there's no doubt about that. I appreciate that, Knighthood. I appreciate that. Yeah. I think likely next Wednesday is going to be a massive stream, everybody. So now we're going to end in here. Well played to Even Star. He will be going through those 250 points for the first week of the season 3. Obviously, there's 3 more weeks to go now, so the next 3 Fridays will be coming through, and the winner of this season will be taking away Total War Warhammer 3. Void being the first winner, which means if Void does go through to the final and win again, he'll be winning a cash prize instead. But guys, thank you very much for hopping in. We do have today's winner, Even Star. Second place is Bruce 1990. Now going through to next Wednesday, we'll be, of course, having the Nurgle tournament. Guys, everybody put your name down. Literally, as soon as this is finished, I've done a little bit of admin and sorted it out. That will be going up. Keep your eyes peeled. I will be doing at everybody in the chat. put all of your names down, and that will give you an opportunity to be picked for the live stream. There will be a cash prize for those that do go forward and win, and yeah, it'll be random generated, and the stream will be very long. I imagine it'll be probably a little bit longer than this. It might be anywhere in 4 to 5 hours, I imagine. Just because I'm going to be trying to get as many of you involved as possible and have as many of you giving you a chance to get through to that final and win that grand prize money. Next Tuesday, I will be, of course, having the single faction, the sub-faction tournament. So you guys can also participate in the sub-faction tournament. And then next Friday will be the BattleMania Season 3 Week 2. So you've got lots to look forward to next week. So please hang around the Discord for all of that. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you all hanging out with me today. Thank you very, very much. And if you haven't already, like the video, if you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you are new here and are enjoying all the content. We have some more videos to come forward for all of you. And enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I hope you have enjoyed today's tournament.